Thank you.
So we got some breaking news in San Bernardino County this morning. Rescuers can't find a driver swept away from the truck that they stood on as the road there was flooding in the Cajon Pass. This is such a tragic story.
So sad because swiftwater rescue teams were there, and yet this person got swept away. We've got Mario standing by with the latest on the search. Mario.
Good morning. We're at Fire Station 79 here in San Bernardino County, and we just got an update from officials that temporary pause. That search has been temporarily paused and it'll resume after daylight. It comes after hours of searching. Floodwaters. Take a look. We'll bring you to the scene overnight, and you can see the amount of water just taking over the roadway there. This happened around 11:30 last night near Keenbrook Road and Cajon Boulevard in Devore. Firefighters say the man drove into a flooded roadway where his full-size pickup became stuck in 3 to 4 feet of fast-moving water. The driver climbed onto the roof as the water continued to rise. Rescue crews were approaching, but as the truck shifted in the current, the man was swept away, and firefighters lost sight of the man within minutes. Swiftwater rescue teams moved downstream, setting up a search line, and after about 2 hours, the search was called off for the night. Authorities reminding drivers to stay off flooded roads and never attempt to cross moving water. Now, let's go to some snow, because this coldest storm of the season also bringing blizzard-like conditions and strong winds to the mountains. Heavy, wet snow falling across Lake Arrowhead, Blue Jay, Sky Forest, and Crestline, with visibility dropping quickly overnight. Chain controls are in effect and strictly enforced. The checkpoint on Highway 18 at Lake Gregory Drive in Crestline. So no chains, no access as we continue to monitor these latest conditions. Now back out here in Fontana and San Bernardino County, the cloud cover has been moving very quickly. We've had a few scattered showers. It's not coming down right now, but we are definitely feeling those cold temperatures and those gusty winds moving through the area. For now, that's the latest here in San Bernardino County. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. We'll check in with you. Coming up, a tense vote at LAUSD ends with hundreds of job cuts. Many jobs still on the line, why district leaders say this is necessary.
Plus, some tough questions await Mark Zuckerberg and the landmark social media trial. We have the latest on this just ahead.
Welcome back. After a tense board meeting, the LA Unified School District Board votes to cut nearly 660 jobs, citing a looming budget crisis.
Unions strongly oppose the cuts, arguing they harm essential services and question the district's financial management.
Again, on tab 13 was 1, 2, 3, 4 ayes and 1, 2, 3 noes. The item passes.
The district is balancing their budget on the back of brown and black people. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Despite a $5 billion reserve, Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says the district is spending beyond its means and could face insolvency in 3 years. The layoffs target central office staff, aim to save $150 million without affecting classroom teachers or increasing class sizes.
UCLA has fired its financial officer, Stephen Agostini, after he publicly claimed the university faces a $425 million deficit. Agostini blamed financial issues on rising costs and athletic spending. UCLA officials dispute his claims, calling the deficit substantially lower and citing external funding challenges. Faculty leaders are demanding transparency and accountability as concerns grow over fiscal mismanagement. The rain overwhelms Santa Monica's storm drains, blowing out manhole covers that can weigh up to 300 pounds.
Goodness.
Look at this.
Wow.
Fox 11 exclusively obtaining this video from Hill and Lincoln, showing one heavy cover bouncing up into the intersection. An SUV then strikes the cover more than 10 feet away as other drivers try to dodge the manhole.
Honestly, a crazy day. Our fire department was out responding to manholes blowing off from the pressure of the water, and Public Works was out in full force, managing runoff, clearing debris, and helping stabilize impacted areas.
We're expecting another storm to pass through tomorrow, and wow, interesting situation.
300 pounds? I had no idea.
In New York City, this happens every now and again.
Really?
Yeah, just from the pressure of the water, the pressure underneath, and you'll see these manhole covers blow off. I've never seen it happen here.
Yeah. Well,
very interesting.
I had no idea they weighed that much. Did you?
300 pounds, did she say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
seems like,
wild.
That
I guess
seems
that
like
makes-
quite a lot.
But yeah, but that makes sense because it should.
Well, yeah, you're
would.
right. I just never
Stay
thought
there.
about it.
Yeah, it should never like pull up like that. So many hazards right now when we've had back-to-back storms this week. So I really want to caution you. We talked earlier, you guys talked about the search for that man who got carried through the swift waters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. When you see a flooded roadway, as we anticipate another storm headed our way, please do not attempt to cross it. Just 6 inches of swift moving water can knock you off your feet, carry you down. And also a foot of swift moving water can carry your small car, 2 feet, a bigger SUV. And I think that's the kind of vehicle he had. So please remember that. Don't ever underestimate the power of swift moving water. We had a lot of rain. We had some downpours. I guess the good thing about this storm too was it was quick moving, right? It moved through, and the last 12 hours we clocked in Temescal over 1.5 inches of rain, and just during the overnight hours. Mormon Rock 1.3, Cabazon over 3/4 of an inch, close to that in Van Nuys, Victorville over 1/2 inch of rain. And as we take a look at the latest on our satellite radar, you can see that line of severe weather that has pushed through now into parts of San Diego County, but it moved through Orange County at a pretty good clip, and it did bring lots of lightning. Looking at much better weather now, or at least quieter weather. Snow falling still up into the mountains as Storm 2 moves away. We're going to get a little bit of a lull. So we're going to get some sun breaks, some clouds, some scattered showers, isolated areas, and then we will be anticipating the arrival of Storm 3. That one should be the weakest of the 3 systems. However, that being said, we're already looking at saturated ground, a lot of hazards already. So keep this in mind as Storm 3 moves in sometime Thursday morning into the rest of the day Thursday. And then Friday looks pretty good. At this hour, we're going to look for some drier conditions. And as we get into the weekend, it looks good as well. I know a lot of people are going to be headed up to the mountains. I would wait. Bring your chains if you just can't wait. But we do have winter storm warnings that stay in effect for our mountains. So please be extra careful on the road regardless. I'll show you the rest of the forecast in just a bit. But first, let's go back to Stu. He is over an accident in Westlake over the 101. Stu, this is pretty bad, but at least they're clearing it out.
Yeah, Maria, everything is starting to move along except for the traffic. Good morning. And as far as that rain goes, yeah, it was coming down in downtown, I'll tell you that. But by the time I got out on the road, I got lucky. I was on that other side where you don't see all those headlights. It's just kind of moving along. What's going on here? Well, nothing good. If the 101 drive through the Hollywood area is your ride this morning, you're going to have to find some kind of alternate. Maybe the 5 will get you around there depending upon where you need to go. But take a look at that. That's bringing you almost all the way up to Cahuenga. That's almost Highland is the off-ramp where you're going to start feeling this pain right here. You're on the brakes, super slow and go. Now, it was a multi-vehicle crash. They have been in the clearing stages. I heard Samata talk about it. Skyfox got here as quickly as possible, and you can see it right there. That backup is huge. You are correct. They are clearing it. If there were any minor injuries, that ambulance already has left, but it's going to be more than a few minutes before they have those lanes opened up. And even if they do, you got to figure that this is going to be some time before it rights itself. So the 101 through Hollywood southbound, maybe the 5 would be a better drive. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Good morning.
Stu, thank you, and good morning to you. 6:22 still to come. The Dodgers back on the field. That's right, kicking off their quest for a 3rd straight World Series title. We have more on their first spring training workout. And, when it comes to complimentary hotel breakfast, those things could be a thing of the past. Hotels are cutting back on the cost, and what used to be complimentary could actually soon cost you extra. 6:25, welcome back. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg expected to face some tough questioning today. He's testifying in a landmark social media addiction trial. His testimony will be the centerpiece of a lawsuit alleging that his platforms on Meta prioritized profit over the safety of minors. It will be the first time Zuckerberg has publicly come into contact with parents who blame social media for their children's death. In January of 2024, protesters interrupted his Senate Judiciary Committee appearance. Zuckerberg apologized to those protesters. The plaintiff's lead attorney is hoping to use that apology in his questioning.
That is going to be an interesting thing to see if I'm allowed to do. The other side is very careful about wanting to limit what I can do from his congressional testimony, but that he apologized may very well be acceptable.
The outcome could determine whether Meta faces billions in damages and is forced to change core features on its platforms. The Dodgers back on the field, starting their quest for a third straight World Series title. The full squad held its first spring training workout with Shohei Ohtani front and center. Kyle Kraska has more from Arizona.
Shohei Ohtani on the mound throwing live batting practice, and he looked sensational. Threw to 4 batters, 18 pitches, struck out 2 of them, and how about this? Touched 98 miles per hour on that radar gun. Shohei has said that he wants to be considered, at least talked about in the conversation for Cy Young Award at the end of the season. And Dodgers President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman said, if Shohei says he can do it, then don't bet against him.
He seems like he's on a mission, pitching-wise, and, whenever we've seen him on a mission, good things happen. And so, for me, I think figuring out what we're able to accomplish in March, where he is as we start the season, what that kind of progression looks like, how he's recovering, how things are going, will inform us a lot more, and so we'll have a better idea as we get going.
Manager Dave Roberts says that he is optimistic Shohei Ohtani could be ready for the opening day rotation, but during the team's games in Arizona, Ohtani will not pitch as he heads to the World Baseball Classic to play for Team Japan. All right, 6:28 still to come. Actor Shia LaBeouf hospitalized, then arrested during Mardi Gras celebrations in New Orleans. We'll tell you what happened. And major search underway in the Sierra after an avalanche hit near the town of Truckee. We'll have more on this story right after the break. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to it. It is Wednesday. I'm Roxy Carapadian. Jen is off today.
I'm Bob DeCastro. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll be covering this morning. Mario.
As another round of rain moves through the Southland, a dangerous situation. A man swept away in floodwaters. We're live in San Bernardino County with an update on the search just ahead.
And this second storm packed quite a punch, toppling trees. We'll give you a live look coming up.
And investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case hit another roadblock. We'll have the latest on the investigation. First, let's get to Maria with a look at the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning to you. If you're just waking up and joining us, thank you so much. Maybe you heard the thunderstorms roll through, especially out in Orange County. Now that line has moved well to our south over San Diego. So we're actually looking at this kind of a mix of some sunshine and some clouds and a little bit of leftover instability. So there is still a chance for some scattered showers. The waves are pretty big, right? The winds are still pretty strong, and we do have that wind advisory that is still in effect. Yesterday, we reached a high of 60 degrees in downtown LA, so that's 3 days in a row of some pretty cold temperatures. And we had some rain yesterday, registering at 1/3 of an inch. We didn't account yet for what we received overnight, but we're going to add to this for sure. Our month total, almost 3 inches now. And for the season, we've actually surpassed the season average, which is 14.25 inches. We already have over 17 inches of rain now in downtown LA. So our surplus is growing to 7.81, and we're expecting maybe another ½ an inch of rain to an inch as we get into tomorrow. Storm 3 is due to arrive. 57 is the high temperature we're expecting today, so it's definitely going to be cold as you head out, so bundle up. The sun is up officially now at 6:34, and it will set at 5:40. All right, I'll go over the rest of the weather alerts and advisories in just a few minutes, but first, let's check in on traffic. We've got Stu up in Sky Fox now flying over. Oh, this is a particularly dry freeway here. Stu, where are you?
Hey, good morning, Maria. Dry and moving well. That's what we're all about. We're talking about traffic, that is. And this is going to be in Burbank. Now, we made our way over here because we heard that there may be a car fire or some kind of disturbance in the force on that 5 freeway. Not so much. Actually, that 5 drive through the Burbank area looking fantastic. From the 170 all the way out to the 134, it is a good drive. Now, if you're driving through Hollywood, just going to give you a quick heads up, that 101 southbound, it's going to take you an extra 45 minutes going south coming out of the Cahuenga Pass this morning with multi-car crash. They are in the clearing stages, but even if they had it cleared right now, it's going to be a little bit before all those lanes start moving well once again. Sending it back to Bob and Araxia. Good morning.
Thanks so much, Stu. We are following this breaking news in the Cajon Pass this morning. Firefighters temporarily call off their search for a driver who was swept away while crossing a flooded road.
Oh, this is an awful story. Let's go to Mario right now. He has an update for us. Just so devastating.
Yeah, this happened in the middle of the night near the Cajon Pass, and I want to bring in Captain Eric Sherwin here with the San Bernardino County Fire Department. Talk about the conditions, because it was very dark out as well.
Yeah, so just after 11:30 last night, the San Bernardino County Fire was notified by the California Highway Patrol of a vehicle stranded in floodwaters with a single occupant on the roof of the car. We arrived in the area and did confirm a full-size pickup with 1 occupant up on the roof. We were able to shout back and forth with the victim, did confirm they were the only occupant. While we were getting our swiftwater teams into place, that truck moved under the influence of those floodwaters, and the victim slipped, fell from the roof, and was carried away by the flood.
Now, you obviously lost visual contact right away, but what did that search look like in the immediate moments after, and what will it look like continuing throughout the morning?
So immediately after the victim hit the water, we do have downstream backups that were able to deploy rope bags. However, the victim was unable to grab one of those rope bags. We transitioned into a hasty search, checking from both sides of the flood control area. Again, a very large area under pitch black and a very hostile storm with rain, high winds, and low visibility. Unfortunately, due to the deteriorating weather, we ultimately had to suspend the search because of those weather conditions. Those search efforts are expected to continue here within the next hour to an hour and a half.
Now, as we have more weather in the forecast, more rain on the way, what's your message to drivers, people in these communities that see floodwaters?
The safest thing you can do when you see moving water is, like we've said, turn around, don't drown. The road conditions may change, especially when we're looking at flash floods. We're sending mature growth trees down these channels. They can disrupt the road surface. It's not the road you drove out in this morning.
All right, Captain Sherwin, thank you so much for talking to us. So, again, that search has been paused. It'll resume sometime after 8 o'clock this morning. We'll have updates. For now, that's the latest here in San Bernardino County, Fire Station 79. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. Well, the latest rounds of storms to hit Southern California brought heavy rain, strong winds, heavy snow, multiple problems on the road. We've been seeing issues with downed trees in multiple areas.
One of those areas is Koreatown. Let's go to Gigi right now. We see all that damage behind you, Gigi.
That's right. Thankfully, not as serious as the story that Mario Ramirez is on. Just terrible, and a reminder not to drive into standing water. We've seen a lot of close calls here on 7th and Serrano this morning. That's because it was so dark. A lot of people driving up 7th didn't see the tree and almost crashed into it. Actually, 2 trees. You can see them down now. Thankfully, it is lighter, so folks are just driving around that. But take a look at what it looked like earlier, just after 1 o'clock this morning. At least 2 large trees came crashing down here on 7th, right on the corner of Serrano in Koreatown, crushing 2 parked cars, leaving those cars with a lot of damage. And take a look at this, because in the San Fernando Valley, we've had reports of trees down since yesterday. Early this morning, another large tree came crashing down around midnight, causing a large power outage in the area of Victory and Fallbrook, where traffic signals were out. A lot of folks reporting they were left without power. LADWP saying they had no estimated time of repair due to the sheer number of calls for service they're getting. And take a look at this dramatic scene as a large tree dangled over the 405 South this morning. The incident started in a neighborhood on the 11,000 block of Albata Street. That's where a tree came crashing down, damaged a sound wall along the freeway, and then just hung there, forcing the CHP to shut down the 405 South, declare a SIG alert until the tree could be chopped down. We were there earlier. It has since been chopped down. Just another reminder, drive safely as we're in this lull between storms, waiting for round 3. Of course, Maria Cuban will have much more on that. Reporting live in Koreatown, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. The search is underway for 9 skiers who are missing after an avalanche northwest of Lake Tahoe.
Highly skilled rescue teams there have been deployed to help find them while battling blizzard-like conditions. 6 other skiers found alive and were told to shelter in place. Authorities say the skiers were on the last day of a 3-day backcountry skiing trip when the avalanche hit Tuesday morning.
It's in a mountainous area. It's very limited visibility. It's hard to access. We're doing so with snowcats, with people on skis. We have some snowmobilers on standby, so we're doing the best we can to get there, but the conditions are making it very challenging.
An avalanche warning remains in effect in this area, with several more feet of snow expected over the next couple of days. Governor Gavin Newsom says the state is coordinating additional rescue resources, that is, to help support the search and rescue efforts. After 2.5 weeks, authorities still don't have a suspect in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie.
DNA found on a glove about 2 miles from her home didn't match anyone in the federal database of known criminals. The sheriff says they are now looking to use genetic genealogy, essentially tracing distant cousins, to find a possible suspect using things like Ancestry.com, 23andMe, those types of services. He says they're also hopeful more camera footage can be recovered while the FBI canvasses local gun stores.
We're looking at to try to find this individual, whether it be DNA, whether it be that Ring camera video, whether it be evidence at a Walmart that might lead us to somebody. What I do know is we won't quit. We're going to keep after you. We will find you, and we'll find Nancy.
At this time, investigators say there is no evidence suggesting Guthrie was taken out of the country. Actor Shia LaBeouf is facing charges after a violent outburst in the French Quarter during Mardi Gras. Video right here obtained by TMZ shows the actor lunging to headbutt a man during a dispute. Witnesses say LaBeouf also punched a staff member and tried to bite a manager at a local bar before he was kicked out. Police say the actor was treated for injuries before being booked into jail. LaBeouf is facing battery charges for the alleged altercation. He posted on X this morning, "Free me." The tributes continue to pour in for civil rights icon Jesse Jackson.
The Reverend and longtime activist passed away yesterday at the age of 84. Barack and Michelle Obama credited Jackson's work with laying the foundation for Obama's presidential success, saying, quote, "We stood on his shoulders." Former Vice President Kamala Harris also shared a story about Jackson, saying she proudly had a Jackson for President bumper sticker on her car when she was a college student. But it's not just the country's most successful politicians that felt Jackson's impact. Our sister station in Chicago spoke to people about the loss of one of their most beloved residents. Let's listen.
He made everyone all across this city really feel like they were somebody. To see a man of color risk his life to say, hey, I can be that was inspiring.
He marched with us. He came to our church. He spoke at our church. And, you know, he just made himself available. He just, you know, made everyone feel, you know, accepted and loved.
When Jackson's activism career was just getting underway, many considered him Martin Luther King Jr.'s protege.
In fact, Jackson was with MLK when he was assassinated in Tennessee. When speaking about Jackson's passing, the Reverend Al Sharpton touched on the impact MLK's death had on him.
I always wondered how much trauma that must have been for him to witness Reverend King's assassination. He never would talk about it too much, but it drove him. He kept saying, we got to keep Dr. King's dream alive. He literally changed American politics, New York politics, and kept the civil rights movement going, and then raised some of us that have been in the forefront in the first part of the 21st century to do what we do. And he's been there with us.
The Jackson family is expected to announce funeral arrangements later this week. In the meantime, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has ordered flags to be lowered half-staff in Jackson's honor. All right, let's send it over to Maria with a look at our forecast, how things are going today. I was in the newsroom. Everybody has their own stories about their morning commute.
Yeah, it was dicey.
Depending on what time, definitely, right, that you came in, and it was really pounding. We had some severe storms that rolled through during the overnight hours, and you may have heard that before you woke up and joined us this morning. The good news is that we're looking at much less. The main cold front has passed now, and we have just a little bit of instability wrapping around that area of low pressure. So very similar to yesterday, we're kind of in this lull in between storms. We still have some instability, so some scattered showers are still in the forecast. Scattered rain, sun mix with the clouds, but cold temperatures. We still have some windy conditions out there this morning, so we do have that wind advisory for at least another couple of hours or so. 57 today, and so well below average, so keep that jacket handy definitely as you head out. 56 is the high temperature we're expecting in Burbank. 57 in Woodland Hills, 53, that's it in San Bernardino. Big Bear 28 where that snow continues to fall, 61 in Palm Springs to that 55 in Riverside. Looking at more rain though, like I said, Storm 3 is headed our way. If you're in Santa Monica, we're looking at a less chance, some scattered showers, and then we've got that rain moving in tomorrow with a much better weekend ahead, much drier, and hopefully a chance to enjoy it. We do have another storm system we're expecting as we get into early next week. All right, stay with us. We are, okay, we're going to go up to Stu or Samada? Nope, just Stu? Okay, let's go up to Stu in Sky Fox, and let's get a look at what's going on traffic-wise. Stu, I mean, we're covered between you and Samada. We've got you covered with traffic.
Well, yeah, you know what, we got our viewers covered, no doubt about it. We got some gremlins out here today. That rain really kind of rocked the tech world for Fox as it would be. But yeah, traffic, let's talk about that. This one brought to us by Morgan & Morgan. Taking a look at that 10 Drive westbound, you see some brake lights right there. Is this storm related? No, you know what? It actually is, but it's kind of in a good way. I think a lot of people sitting it out this morning. on the brakes on that westbound coming away from the 110. You're only hitting the brakes right about La Brea. That's when your slow and go starts out to the 405. That is actually a better drive than most days. Eastbound 405 to the 110. Look at that. It is wide open and moving well, and looks like the freeways are just trying out a little bit right now. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots, shall we?
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today our roads are littered with killing machines. I'm talking about semi-trucks. They can easily kill, even at low speeds. Injured in a trucking accident? We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason.
Okay, look at this really closely. This is so scary. You see that?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, exactly. It happened. Terrifying surveillance footage from Italy. You saw that mother and child, right? They're walking out of the supermarket. The guy coming in tries to snatch the child. Bystanders rush to help the mother. Watch again. Watch. It happens so quickly. She's still holding on to that child, though, at least attempting to. So they fend off the would-be kidnapper, the little girl taken to the hospital with a broken femur. Wow. Italian police arrested and charged the man. But this really scared me because we're often comfortable in what we assume is a safe setting, like a grocery store, and she's holding the child's hand.
So many people around, even.
So brazen, so scary.
All right, now look at this. The New York Police Department's Harbor Unit rescued an injured bald eagle floating on the ice in the Hudson River. Officials say the bird was, quote, screaming for help.
Oh my gosh.
They were able to grab the bird using a catch pole and a blanket. The eagle did appear to have some injuries. The bird was taken to an animal sanctuary in New Jersey.
Wow. Very bad. YouTube is back up for hundreds of thousands of users this morning after a brief outage. Users able to access the platform's homepage for several hours. The YouTube TV was also impacted, if you have that. It's unclear, though, what led to the outage to begin with, but there you have it. Okay, here we go. Chick-fil-A treating reward members to a free breakfast.
Oh.
Chain is giving Chick-fil-A One app users a free chicken biscuit.
I think it sounds pretty good.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you about to say? A free chicken biscuit with no purchase required. This is through February 28th, so you have some time. The classic sandwich features a hand-breaded chicken breast on a fresh buttermilk biscuit, which is a staple. It's been a staple on that menu since 1986. The company says the giveaway is a thank you to loyal customers.
Biscuit with that chicken ends. Ooh.
It's good.
Sounds good. More and more hotels are ditching complimentary breakfast. The trend started last year as hotels saw a dip in their sales. Some hotels are now making breakfast an add-on for rooms or removing items from the menu. That kitchen likely won't be going anyway time soon. A recent survey found 78% of guests ate breakfast in their hotel, but only 8% of them paid for it. I mean, it should be.
They better not get rid of that.
Wait, are we talking about the continental breakfast?
No, it's a little more than that. Actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
continental breakfast, I'm never a fan of. It's like a banana, an apple, and a
Yeah, but like ones like this,
This have
I've
bacon.
been
This is
to
different. Bacon,
hotels that have this, and they have
sausage.
they even have the do-it-your-own
Pancakes.
the do-it-your-own waffles like that. Have you ever done
Yes.
the do-it-your-own waffle machine?
All the time.
It's so
All
good.
the time. You know what's even better than the do-it-yourself waffle is the pancake maker. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen the pancake maker.
Okay, so every time we go to Iowa, which is every year, we go to Iowa Falls for the 4th of July holiday, there's a hotel that we stay at there. It's a Wyndham, and there's a little machine. It's so good that someone tried to steal it, I heard.
The pancake machine?
The pancake maker.
Oh my gosh.
You put the batter inside and it just pops out the pancake?
Yeah, it does it
Ooh, that
automatically.
sounds
So
good.
there's like a conveyor belt. And you just watch it, and we're just mesmerized by it.
Right.
Someone tried to steal that?
Someone tried to steal it. That's what they told us.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So they only put it out like certain hours.
That's insane.
Anyway, please do not get rid of the breakfast in the morning.
I love those breakfasts.
We live off of this. Families, you know, when we go to travel for basketball and sports, this is
It's
what we
always
need.
nice to run down and grab a cup of coffee.
You have to like
at least.
leave the
Yes,
hotel and try to
yes,
find a place to get
yes,
breakfast.
You got to feed the kids, you know, before the games. All right, I can go on and on about that. Let me go on about this now that we know that I don't think they're going to go away anytime very soon. We've got that line of showers that really brought us the heavy downpours. That is now off to our south and east. That's the good news. The latest frames show you a much quieter radar. So similar to yesterday, we're looking at a little bit of a lull before Storm 3 arrives tomorrow. Tomorrow, we've got that chance for rain, and then Friday onward to the rest of the weekend, it looks good. And then we'll talk about another storm that could be bringing us more rain next week. You can kind of see it here on the 7-day forecast. We'll just focus on the sunshine here for Friday into the upcoming weekend. Downtown LA, though, today 57. It's going to be pretty cold. Similar conditions for the valleys and the Inland Empire. Still some scattered showers in the forecast and some gusty winds. Snow still falling in Madera Mountains, and if it pauses for a bit, it will pick up again later this afternoon. A lot of moisture rotating around this area of low pressure in the higher elevations. 46 in the high desert. As we look at Palm Springs, a little more sunshine and drier, 61, but looking at the weekend, could get back to the 70s by Sunday. Let's head back up to Stu in Sky Fox, get another look at our traffic conditions out there. Hey, Stu, do we have a down tree here? What's going on?
Hey, Maria, down tree, 2 cars underneath it. I'm not sure. Like I said, we were having a lot of tech issues out here. Not sure. Maybe Gigi was even talking about this earlier on. This is in Westwood, and it is pretty new. That's the driver of that Tesla where that vehicle, actually, I don't know if they hit it after the tree fell or the tree fell on the car while it was driving. It is crazy indeed. There's another vehicle underneath that tree right there. Also, just some damage, not quite as bad as that Tesla. Everybody seems to be okay. Fire department is here checking them out. Now, that's going to be Sunset Boulevard. We're in the Westwood area. Now, they have Sunset closed in both directions. How do you get around it? Well, I would basically say your GPS, but just to show you that I know what I'm doing up here, Sunset, you make a left turn right there on Loring over to Charing Cross, and then that brings you back over to Hillgard if that's the direction you're going. If you're going the other way, it's the opposite. But anyways, right now, Sunset closed in both directions. You can get around it. The surface streets will make their way around it. But very scary moments, I can assure you, for a couple of drivers out here. Trees coming down in the roadway right there on Sunset Boulevard. That car, that Tesla, that is pretty bad indeed. The driver walking around, he's right there talking, so you know he is okay. Sending it back to you all in the studio.
All right, Stu, thank you very much. For Black Heritage, we are highlighting a leader shaping the future of beauty.
Yes, we will introduce you to the global president of NYX and her mission to make the industry more inclusive and representative.
Seven o'clock on this Wednesday. Thanks for being with us. Yes, it's still a wet one out there for your morning commute. We'll have more on that coming up. I'm Bob DeCastro.
I'm Roxy Carpadian in for Jen. Let's take a look at some of the stories we're covering for you this morning.
As the latest round of rain moves through Southern California, a dangerous situation in the IE. A stranded driver swept away by floodwaters. We're live in San Bernardino County with the latest on the search efforts coming up.
Also up north, 9 backcountry skiers missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe. The search taking place under challenging winter conditions. We'll have the very latest from there.
And we're looking into the big issues impacting LA right now, from school walkouts to homicides to what appears to be a rise in hit-and-run deaths. LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell is joining us here in the studio to talk about what's being done right now.
Okay, everybody. Yeah. Thank you. Backstreet's back, all right? How long their Vegas residency was just extended. And I have read your DMs. I have heard your requests. We are doing a it's tell me lies. Why does it say tell? Okay, I'm going to talk to producer Bill. Tell Me Lies actor Brandon Cook will be here in studio. They just had their series finale. The girlies are not okay.
Okay.
Maria, I'm telling you, the fan span from Gen Z to age 60 on this show.
Okay.
Plus.
Can't wait to hear more. Tell me lies, tell me lies. That's a song, right? Obviously and always. I never know the lyrics, but it's something like that. Hey, good morning to you. Maybe you got woken up last night, jolted out of your sleep with those thunderstorms that rolled through. You can see that line in the last several hours pushing now to our south and east. So we're left behind with just some spotty showers. That's the good news. We're going to look for this lull now until we get Storm 3 to arrive a little bit more like overnight, early tomorrow morning. It will start for parts of Ventura County and work its way south into LA and the rest of the Inland Empire. 45 degrees currently in downtown LA. It is cold. Pasadena barely out of the 30s. It's 41. 38 in Palmdale. It's 46 in San Bernardino. Currently 23 in Big Bear. The snow is still falling up into the mountains at this hour. So we're going to get that. Maybe it'll be some breaks here and there, but it'll pick up again later this afternoon. 46 in the high desert to that 61 in Palm Springs in the Coachella Valley. Downtown LA, just 57. Same for Valley's Inland Empire. Chance for some spotty showers. About a 20 to 30% chance. 57 along our coast with some hazards. High surf there still continuing. We'll talk about the flooded watches, all the other weather alerts going into place as we look ahead to Storm 3 in just a few moments. But first, let's head upstairs to Stu. He is up in Skyfox over that tree in the Westwood area. Stu, how many cars did it impact here? I see one or two maybe, at least.
Well, impact, Maria. That's a good word for this one right there. Take a look at that Tesla, that tree coming down. Not sure if the tree was down and the Tesla hit the tree or it was all in one fluid motion, but definitely that Tesla underneath that tree, large portion of that tree right there, and that would have been on the westbound lanes. Eastbound lanes, you have another car, a little bit of damage right there. We see everybody out walking around. Nobody really seriously hurt except for that Tesla. Now, again, this is happening in the Westwood area. That's Sunset Boulevard, going to be closed in both directions between Loring and Hillgard. Right now, the tow trucks are here, but they also have to get the arborists here to clear some of that tree out of the way. It's going to be a while before Sunset's open. If that's your drive, you know what? It's not that bad, and you definitely can get around it by surface streets right there. It's all very residential. Just make a big block around it. But as far as being careful out there, yeah, these trees are still definitely coming down. Keep an eye out for it. Still that storm weather type of traffic. Sending it back to you all in the studio.
Yeah, the soil's so saturated, Stu. Thank you so much.
Speaking of all that rain, breaking news in San Bernardino County this morning. A man stranded on a flooded road in the Cajon Pass gets swept away.
Yeah, swiftwater rescue teams were there. They tried to respond as quickly as they could. Mario is live with the latest on the search. Mario.
Yeah, that search was called off overnight after hours of searching, but we know that it'll continue in the next hour or so, according to San Bernardino County fire officials here at Station 79, after a man was stranded and then swept away in floodwaters. Take a look. Video showing the scene overnight. This is near the Cajon Pass. This all happened around 11:30 last night near Keenbrook Road and Cajon Boulevard in Devore. Firefighters say the man drove into a flooded roadway where his full-size pickup became stuck in 3 to 4 feet of fast-moving water. That driver then climbed onto the roof. As the water continued to rise, rescue crews were approaching, but as the truck shifted in the current, that man was swept away. Firefighters losing sight of him almost instantly. Swiftwater rescue teams moved downstream and set up a search line, and after about 2 hours, the search was called off for the night. Now, these cold temperatures, this coldest storm of the season, also bringing blizzard-like conditions and strong winds to the mountains. Let's go to the snow. Heavy, wet snow snow fell across Lake Arrowhead, Blue Jay, Sky Forest, and Crestline, with visibility quickly dropping. Chain controls in effect, and they are strictly being enforced. The checkpoint on Highway 18 at Lake Gregory Drive in Crestline, so no chains, no access. Now back out here live in Fontana, San Bernardino County, you can see the cloud cover moving past us. Officials say they weren't able to use a helicopter in the search for that driver overnight, but conditions have improved, so they will be able to deploy aircraft, and that search will span over several miles. We'll have updates throughout the morning. For now, live here in San Bernardino County, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. And we continue our team coverage of this storm. We've seen a lot of many downed trees throughout Southern California.
Yeah, let's go to Gigi right now, live in Koreatown, to show us. Good morning.
That's right. We just saw Stu Mundell up in Skyfox over Sunset and Hillgard. Important to note, all traffic, bus traffic, is being rerouted. So if that's part of your morning commute, you may want to take another route or another bus line, because metro buses are being either stopped or rerouted. But we're in Koreatown this morning at the scene of these trees down. At least 2 of them came toppling down. We're on 7th, right on the corner of 7th and Serrano. Take a look. This all happening just after 1 o'clock this morning when the trees came crashing down. It was a period of very intense rain, and those trees, well, they didn't stand a chance. They're older, and they came crashing down onto at least 2 parked cars, causing some serious damage to those parked cars. And let's go to the San Fernando Valley. Yesterday we saw trees down there, and again today around midnight a large tree also came crashing down in the area of Victory and Fallbrook, leaving folks in the dark. No traffic lights, no power. DWP telling us they don't have an estimated time of repair due to the sheer number, the volume of calls they have gotten because of these the trees down. And on the 405 South, we also saw a tree dangling over lanes, forcing a freeway closure early this morning. And a SIG alert, that tree came crashing down in a neighborhood, took out part of the sound wall, and then threatened to fall right onto the freeway. But thankfully, no injuries to report in any of these toppled trees. We're still awaiting word from that incident where Skyfox is at Sunset and Hillgard to see if anyone was hurt there. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Giving you a look now of some trees that are also down because of wet weather, many of them. The shot on the left of your screen shows a tree uprooted in Arlington Heights. The tree fell onto a parked car in West Olympic and 3rd Avenue. And on the right side of your screen, there's a tree that was down in Woodland Hills. This caused a power outage for residents in that area. The conditions making it difficult for crews to remove the tree. Downed trees have been a common sight this week, proving just how strong these storms have been.
We're talking about the rain. There's also snow, and skiers are missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, this is a major incident happening in the Lake Tahoe area. Sandra is here with the latest on this search. Sandra.
Hi, yes, good morning. And the search is on. It's underway right now for 9 missing skiers, but extreme weather is making it very difficult. The avalanche happened yesterday morning on Castle Peak in Northern California. That's just northwest of Lake Tahoe. Authorities say at least 6 people survived this, but as many as 9 skiers are still missing. First responders took 2 of the rescued skiers to the hospital for treatment. The group involved consisted of ski guides and several clients who were on the last day of a 3-day backcountry ski trip. Deputies with the Nevada County Sheriff's Office say rescue teams are dealing with highly dangerous conditions right now, with winter storm conditions expected to continue through much of the week.
It's in a mountainous area. It's very limited visibility. It's hard to access. We're doing so with snowcats, with people on skis. We have some snowmobilers on standby, so we're doing the best we can to get there, but the conditions are making it very challenging.
An avalanche warning remains in effect for the area, with several more feet of snow expected over the next couple of days. And Governor Gavin Newsom says the state is coordinating additional resources to help in the support and search and rescue efforts. A press conference is expected a few hours from now, so we'll have updates throughout the morning on this. And just for reference here, the National Avalanche Center says 25 to 30 people die each year in the United States because of avalanches.
Ooh.
Bob and Roxy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It says the potential to actually be a really big story, because these are people who went on this excursion. You go with these professionals and these guides who stay in huts.
Right.
You walk around and go to the backcountry. It's nice and beautiful, and then they're thrown into these avalanche-like blizzard conditions. And they were just on the last day of this excursion, so we'll be following that throughout this morning.
Backcountry skiing or snowboarding, it's always unpredictable. There's no way to know.
The trails aren't groomed.
Right.
But yeah, these are professionals. These are guides. There's standalone huts out there, so you're going out on something that's supposed to be, beautiful and different, and
you can't mess with Mother Nature at the end of the day, All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Sandra.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg will testify today in a landmark social media addiction case. This is happening today again in downtown LA. We'll have the latest on that coming up.
And the LA Unified School Board, that is, has decided to make some layoffs. Just ahead, we'll tell you which jobs are being targeted. All right, welcome back. 7:15 right now. Tributes continue to pour in for civil rights icon Jesse Jackson. The Reverend and longtime activist passed away yesterday at the age of 84. Barack and Michelle Obama credited Jackson's work with laying the foundation for the Obama's presidential success, saying, quote, "We stood on his shoulders." Former Vice President Kamala Harris also shared a story about Jackson, saying she proudly had a Jackson for President bumper sticker on her car when she was a college student. But it's not just the country's most successful politicians that felt his impact. Our sister station in Chicago spoke to people about the loss of one of their most beloved residents.
He made everyone all across this city really feel like they were somebody. To see a man of color risk his life to say, hey, I can be that was inspiring.
He marched with us. He came to our church. He spoke at our church. And, you know, he just made himself available. He just, you know, made everyone feel, you know, accepted and loved.
When Jackson's activism career was just getting started, many considered him Martin Luther King Jr.'s protege. In fact, Jackson was with MLK when he was assassinated in Tennessee. And when speaking about Jackson's passing, Reverend Al Sharpton touched on the impact MLK's death had on him.
I always wondered how much trauma that must have been for him to witness Reverend King's assassination. He never would talk about it too much, but it drove him. He kept saying, we got to keep Dr. King's dream alive. He literally changed American politics, New York politics, and kept the civil rights movement going, and then raised some of us that have been in the forefront in the first part of the 21st century to do what we do. And he's been there with us.
The Jackson family expected to announce funeral arrangements later this week. And in the meantime, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has offered flags to be lowered to half staff in Jackson's honor.
A security camera catches a very large tree being toppled by the wind and rain in Fullerton. I've always heard it's kind of quiet and it happens so fast. Just as it crashes, you hear the noise. But the tree went down on Fern Drive sometimes between 11 last night and 2 this morning. The Fullerton Fire Department says the wind, heavy rain, and saturated soil were too much for the tree. It was among several other trees that fell during the storm across North Orange County.
It was really windy.
It's really windy.
The wind was howling.
The situation with these trees, though, the danger doesn't end when the storm leaves.
Yeah,
because the soil is already super saturated.
Right.
I always tell people, like, if you have a tree that's super large, super heavy, especially if it's old, really important to get an arborist or someone to go out there and take a look at the tree, because the roots could all be damaged and then
could be rotted.
Not stable enough to hold a tree like that.
You know, people have to balance the cost of that. It is very expensive to actually have all that work done. But
to have someone just look at it at first,
at a minimum. Then you look at what happens after. So there's the cost of that, right? After it falls. Listen, you're right about that. It's often after the storm has passed and we get a little bit of a gust, and that's all it takes, and it brings that tree down. That being said, we did have some very strong wind gusts last night, 50+ miles per hour in a lot of areas, and that's why we had the wind advisories and even some wind warnings. And we had quite a bit of rain. Storm 2 packed a punch. Temescal in the last 12 hours got a little over 1.5 inches. Mormon Rock 1.3 inches. Cabazon over 3/4 of an inch. Van Nuys about 7/10 of an inch. Victorville over 1/2 inch. Here's what we are looking at now. Storm 2 is passing to our south and east, so we're going to get that lull in between storm systems. We're going to wait for Storm 3 to move in, and that looks like, with the timing, sometime tomorrow morning we'll get those showers in Ventura County first, as that cold front makes its way south into the rest of LA County and eventually the Inland Empire and Orange County. This could bring us another additional 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain, depending on where you're at. The good news is Friday looks pretty good. So it looks like we're going to dry things out for Friday into the upcoming weekend before maybe looking upstream, we could be looking at some new storms for next week. Don't worry about that. For now, we'll just think about this. If you are planning to head up to the mountains, take advantage of all the snow we're expecting, which is still snowing up there. Winter storm warning still in effect through tomorrow. So please be extra careful. Bring your gear, bring your chains if you are headed to the high country. Speaking of those winds are still in effect till about 10 p.m. tonight for some of the high desert areas. And then we've got another few minutes here for portions of Orange County as you look at into Riverside County. So still occasionally some of those gusty, breezy conditions through the morning. 51 in Bakersfield if you're headed north, 57 downtown LA, 63 in Indio. And here's a look at your day planner for Thousand Oaks. We're looking at some sunshine, kind of a mixture of sun and some clouds here, with temperatures staying well below average, so you'll need that jacket. Big Bear, speaking of that snow, you can see that the snow will continue through the afternoon, and in Anaheim, mostly sunny skies with that temperature in the upper 50s. Riverside, similarly cooler than average into the 50s as well. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
For Black Heritage, we are focusing not only on the contributions of black leaders from the past, but also the significant strides from black leaders of today. Coco McAvoy introduces us to the global brand president for makeup giant NYX.
Are you ready for this, Jelly? In the world of cosmetics, NYX Professional Makeup is a major player known for its affordable, high-quality products.
We always say here, like, if you NYX, you know, because if you've used NYX, you know what a powerhouse brand it is.
Led by a powerhouse woman.
And here I am.
Danae Pearson is the global brand president. She joined the NYX family 6 years ago.
I always say that NYX, when I arrived here, it was like, it felt like home.
With Pearson's creativity, upbringing, and experience, she's catapulted NYX to the next level. What does it mean to you as a black woman to be leading NYX?
First, I'm proud. Of course, I'm proud for myself and proud for my family and for where I came. But I'm also proud that I have such a responsibility to make sure that that representation has impact.
And she's excelling in the role.
I'm making sure that the products are serving a wide range of shades. I'm making sure that who is both in front and behind the camera is also being inclusive.
But before NYX, Pearson was a little girl in New Jersey with a love for makeup.
I remember being young, playing in makeup all of the time, My mother was always, old school mom, no makeup allowed.
But of course, she did it anyway.
I was always sneaking makeup on my own behind my mother's back. So it started there.
Then in 2001, Pearson interned for L'Oreal, the parent company of NYX.
I worked for Lancôme, and I was a coordinator for the makeup artist events.
She remembers watching the makeup artists in awe.
I realized then that beauty was just beyond the products, that there is a level of confidence that came through it. I was like, yeah, beauty is where I want to be.
Pearson worked her way through the ranks, eventually landing at NYX, launching major collaborations with movies like Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
And stars like Cardi B.
It's time to pump yourself up, baby.
Working with the rapper in NYX's first ever Super Bowl commercial in 2024.
I think because we're an artistry brand, entertainment and artistry go hand in hand, and I think that that's what really you're able to see for great new change.
It's part of the power of NYX.
NYX has everything that you need, every color. We're the brand on everyone's lips.
With Pearson at the helm, NYX will continue to uplift, innovate, and shape the beauty world.
NYX First is an artistry brand, and it's really here to be able to express yourself in full color. But it's also about making sure that those that have not necessarily had the light shined on them in beauty, that have been underrepresented in beauty, that they have a place to come and express full artistry.
Coco McAvoy, Fox 11 News.
Great story there, Coco. Thank you very much. Still ahead, we've got a few breaks in the rain this morning, but it is not done yet. Maria will have more on the next storm headed our way. And LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell is going to be here in our studio. We're talking about new homicide data to the LAPD drone program. A lot to talk about this morning, coming up in just a few minutes.
Good morning. Welcome. It is 7:31 on this Wednesday morning. Hey
Someone's
there.
peppy this morning.
Yeah.
I'm very peppy because we have Brandon, who plays Evan on Tell Me Lies, coming in an hour, and that show is huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
My cousins are texting me. It's like
really?
a big deal. Oh, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's a very good-looking cast, and they are dating each other.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
In real life.
Wait, in real life.
In real life.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
When you have that many attractive people, I mean, we know.
Things happen. Things happen.
When you have that many attractive people.
It's like the Olympics, right? They can't keep
They can't keep condoms around, is what we heard. That's
You're just like,
that's what we were.
it's going out like candy.
I was like, what is going on?
Like after dinner mints over there.
I mean, we need to be ready for this in 2020. Right? Aren't they coming here soon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh my gosh.
we digress. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the beautiful view in Manhattan Beach, looking at the waves. Some big waves rolling in. We do have a high surf advisory, so watch it. I wouldn't get in the water, you guys. I know you surfers are hard-headed, but listen, we've got all the runoff. We just had all this rain, so you want to wait at least 72 hours before you get back in. And I think everyone's sort of following orders there right now. Strong whip currents in the water as well. It got up to 60 degrees yesterday. We had a little bit of sunshine, kind of a mix of sun and some clouds and some isolated showers. But boy, last night did that rain come in, and we registered quite a bit of rain in many areas. As of downtown LA's total yesterday, we got 1/3 of an inch, and for the whole month so far, we have gotten an impressive almost 3 inches of rain. So for the season, which typically we would get around 14.25 inches, we've already received more than 17 inches of rain in downtown. Our surplus has grown to 7.81, and we have more rain expected tomorrow. So hang in there, guys. We've got storm number 3 of the series this week still headed our way tomorrow. 57 is what we're expecting today, which is below the average of 68. That sun will set at 5:40. I don't know if you're noticing, it's a little bit later each day, which is good. So our daylight hours are actually getting longer and longer. 57 should be the high in Pasadena today. So grab that jacket. It's going to be chilly. 52 in Santa Clarita, 58 in Santa Ana, 53 in San Bernardino. And if the kids are just walking out the door, make sure they grab that fleece jacket and stay warm. It's 28 in Big Bear. I'll share the rest of my forecast when I come back, plus your pictures in today's TV shout-outs. First, though, check on traffic. We've got Stu up in Skyfox, bundled up, I'm sure. But, okay, so you are over Topanga. Yeah, it's still closed, huh?
Yeah, Topanga Canyon still closed. I'm telling you, the coastline really got hammered. The Pacific Coast Highway, though, open in both directions, moving very well. But there's problems in Palisades. You've got some infrastructure damage out there. We were looking at that momentarily, and now we made our way over to Topanga Canyon. Now, they have it closed in both directions. We know this from Valley View, or yes, it's from Grandview. Grandview all the way down to Pacific Coast Highway. But apparently overnight, it was for good reason. There's major mud flows happening out there in the Topanga Canyon area. We do see some of that in that wash area right here. We're going to go fly it here in a moment or two, but right now, Topanga Canyon still closed in both directions from Pacific Coast Highway to Grandview, and it won't reopen until the last storm passes and they make sure the roadway is safe. Sending it back to y'all in the studio.
All right, Stu, thank you very much. Nice to see some sunshine there. A live look right now in Gorman. Not much sunshine there. Our photographer, Brian Shaw, in the vehicle right now. Good morning, Brian. Heading up to Fraser Park. He's on Ralph's Ranch Road. So the snow plows were called out overnight in the Grapevine area. Did see some snowfall there, created some slick roads. The Forest Service road leading to Mount Pinos Nordic Base hiking area was closed, but you can see slow going there on the Grapevine this morning.
Ooh,
with those
very
trucks
slow.
taking it easy there as
Like
they
a
make their way
snail,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, the Grapevine.
Well, that's good. Safe. Be safe. Hi, Amanda.
Hi. Did you have one of those, what day is it today? The rain makes you kind of forget what day it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Wednesday.
Thank you.
By the way, there was a rumor in the newsroom it was Thursday. It is not.
Oh, wishful thinking.
Right? It is Wednesday. Let's jump into some entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. The Writers Guild of America West staff union is on strike. We're going to show you a video from a strike in 2023, but more than 100 workers are protesting alleged unfair labor practices. Now, the union is demanding better pay, protections, and limits on artificial intelligence use. WGA management denies the claims, but says it respects the strike.
This comes as the WGA prepares for major studio negotiations in March, with its current contract expiring in May. Every union has the concerns about AI. It doesn't matter from writers to the actors, directors.
I feel like they finished this last contract already. They just finished it, but things are changing so rapidly.
Quickly, I know.
Technology, all of a sudden you need to
Can't keep up.
renegotiate because
Exactly.
you don't know where AI is going to take you next.
I mean, we saw that Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt video that we aired earlier this week that was completely done by AI.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Very. It's very unsettling. Okay, so yesterday was a very important day for the future of filming in LA, with Adrien Nazarian's 9 motions to keep Hollywood home so the industry can stay in LA. The initiative, Keep Hollywood Home, aims to make filming in the city easier, incentivize people to stay in LA. It includes fast-tracking certification of new sound stages, reducing fees to $1 for parking and location shooting on city facilities, and creating a free permit for micro shoots with 24-hour turnaround. Yesterday's Phase 1 motions package has passed, but there is still more work that needs to be done. Here's a picture yesterday that Stay in LA. First, this is what they're trying to push forward: the fast-tracking certification, the fee reduction, and of course the permits. And also, this is the photo of yesterday in front of City Hall that Stay in LA sent to me. That photo alone has over 125 people. I know there were more that were there. They all wanted to show up and have their voices heard. Last night, Nick Garcia did a story on this, and he was in front of City Hall, and he spoke to a woman who says that she fears that she's going to have to leave this city, and she has children here.
She was going to lose custody if she does.
Afraid that she was going to lose custody, and it honestly broke her heart. So hopefully, with some of these initiatives on the 9 motions to keep Hollywood home, we can keep people in our city and keep them working. We want to ask you also for our poll question what your favorite thing about living in SoCal is. When we're not working, what do we like to do? Is it about the weather? Do we love the people here? Is it the Bob? Is it the scenery? Or do we just love the industry? Love doing Hollywood things? Go to foxla.com/vote to let us know. I don't think you can beat the weather.
I think it's the weather.
Because the weather makes you either want to hang out with people.
That's very true. Your mood.
Do things in the industry.
Yes.
The weather dictates.
You left out the bars.
I did. Well, for you, that's scenery. That's
scenery. I'll vote for scenery.
Yeah, scenery for you.
Stu, how you doing up there?
Hey, Bob. It's been a tough morning, but thank you for asking. I'm sure we've all had days like this. This one brought to us, not the day, the traffic report, brought to us by Jacoby and Myers, injury lawyers. Made our way up to Panga Canyon to find some of that mud flow definitely happening out here, and you can see the creek is overflown, and it actually has flooded the roadway. This was one of the reasons why they closed Panga Canyon in both directions. They have crews out here. We've seen them sporadically through the area, basically cleaning up some of that mud out there as one of the dump trucks making their way back up the roadway. This is the reason why it's closed, keeping everybody safe, and they're going to keep doing that until that last storm has passed. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots, shall we?
After a car accident, beware of insurance companies bearing small checks. You may feel pressured to settle too soon and for too little money. Choose Jacoby and Myers. We've turned low insurance offers into big settlements. Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
A look at some of our top stories this morning. New details this morning in the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy Guthrie. DNA from gloves found a few miles from her Arizona home did not match any entries in the national database at the FBI. Investigators are continuing to inspect exterior cameras at neighbors' homes.
The Los Angeles Unified School District Board has voted to cut up to nearly 660 jobs, citing a looming budget crisis. Unions strongly oppose the cuts, arguing they harm essential services and question the district's financial management. The layoffs targeting central office staff aim to save $150 million without impacting classroom teachers or increasing class sizes.
Happening today, Meta co-founder Mark Zuckerberg expected to testify in a landmark social media addiction trial. It's happening right here at the federal courthouse in downtown LA. A 20-year-old suing Meta, accusing Instagram and YouTube that they are designed to hook young users, and it worsened her mental health. Meta denies the claims and says it prioritizes teen safety. The case could influence hundreds of similar lawsuits nationwide.
All right, let's talk about that weather out there. Maria, it was windy, it is chilly.
It is cold out there. Yeah, it's winter. It's winter time, so we are getting a dose of it certainly this week. We've got some rain that fell overnight and early this morning, and I'm sure some of you were woken up by some of those thunderstorms. Here's a live look outside right now. This is courtesy of Stu and the crew in Sky Fox, looking at the Ventura County mountains, all white there with all the snow. And guess what? We're expecting more. This weather is brought to you by My Home Sold. All right, let's talk about the conditions, not here. If you're traveling, where are you going? Very cold in Bismarck, North Dakota, Billings, Montana in the low 20s there. If you're headed to the Midwest, not too bad actually. St. Louis, 70 degrees today, 62 in Chicago for that high temperature. If you're headed to the Southeast, 80 degrees in Miami, along with that 80 in Houston. There is Storm 2. This is what brought us all the thunderstorms last night and early this morning. That cold front rolled through, and it is now to our east. We're still going to be on the backside of this low pressure system, so a lot of instability, still a chance for some spotty, kind of scattered showers, very similar to yesterday. We will be in the lull before we get this storm here. This is Storm 3. That's going to make its way south and move over us early tomorrow morning in Ventura County first, and then eventually the rest of OC. So let's take a look at our futurecast here, and we'll time it out for you. As we take a look at the remainder of the day, you can see how it's much quieter, that radar, certainly than last night and early this morning. At around, let's see, 6 p.m. tonight, still pretty good. The clouds will really increase overnight. And then look at 8, 9 a.m. We're going to get that moderate rainfall and then some heavier cells rolling in parts of Ventura into LA County. That's the yellows, the oranges. This is what concerns us, because that's when we get those heavier rainfall rates at about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch per hour. And that can cause the flooding, of course, and that can trigger some mud and debris flow. So you do not let your guard down, especially if you live around those burn-scarred hillsides. Now, this storm is actually the weakest of the storms that have rolled through, so that will move through quickly, and it looks like by the afternoon most of the heavy stuff will be to our east. We'll still get the snow, and then the good news is by tomorrow night things will be much quieter, and then Friday into the upcoming weekend it does look like we're going to get a little period to dry out, a little break from the storms, and maybe fix our roofs if you've had some leaks this week. Winter storm warnings in effect for the mountains, so of course travel up to the high country will be hazardous. Maybe wait until Friday, but if you have to go up there, make sure you bring your emergency gear. We are expecting another foot or more of snow above 6,000 feet, and we have those gusty winds, and of course that's going to blow you around. That wind advisory in effect for some areas this morning, and then some areas through tonight. Here is our future rain, about another 1/2 inch, I think, as we get to tomorrow. Today, not much, just some sprinkles here and there. Otherwise, tomorrow morning we'll get about 5/100th of an inch of rain, and then up to about 1/2 inch in a lot of areas by tomorrow night, maybe a little bit more. All right, our future snow, of course, maybe another foot, as I mentioned, above 6,000 feet. As we take a look at our 7-day forecast, here we go. 57 along our coast with some scattered showers, sunshine this weekend. Great news. We won't worry about that storm that's due to move in next week. Not just yet. Things could change, but for now, 57, some scattered showers for us today for downtown LA, and then the sunshine for the weekend. Valleys, Inland Empire, similarly 57, so grab that jacket. Staying in a For us, it's cold. That's cold for us. 28 up into the mountains. Beautiful conditions with that fresh powder. And as we take a look at the high desert, yeah, there's a small chance for some scattered showers today. I think it'll be a little bit drier in the Coachella Valley. So today, a little more sunshine there with temperatures getting into the low 60s. All right, let's do some TV shout-outs before you walk out the door. I know we've got the Chief, Jim McDonald, in the house, so we're going to get to you, Chief, in just a sec. But we got to do some shout-outs here to Winfred Lori Turner. Lori, I know that you have a wonderful neighbor here in Dave. Dave says he moved in, kind of helped you with your trash cans. Anyway, you're just lovely, so we just want to give both of you a shout-out, actually, this morning. And then a happy 4th birthday to granddaughter Sloan. Your Noni and Papa love you so much. All you have to do is email us your pictures. We'll put you on the list. It's TV shout-outs at fox.com. Don't forget to attach the photo. All right, now back to you.
Maria, thank you. So from school walkouts to a major drop in homicides and new drone technology, it has been a busy month for the LAPD.
Yeah, I should say the busy start to the year here. Chief Jim McDonald is here to talk about this. Good morning. Thanks for being with us,
Good morning.
Chief.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with those school walkouts, because we're talking about very young people here who are walking out of school upset over ICE actions here and across the country. They've sometimes escalated into certain situations. There's been vandalism. In one case, apparently there was a federal officer that was hurt in this situation. And this week, your department put out a notice to the district or to students to remind them that there is a curfew here. What's the goal here?
Yeah, no, the goal of that was to be able to just raise awareness that we want to support everybody exercising their First Amendment rights, but we want to make sure everybody remains safe. And when you get young people out there, sometimes they'll get involved in something inadvertently and end up in a place where potentially they could get hurt or get in trouble if they're with people that are doing things that are harmful, vandalism, you know, or in some cases worse. Excuse me. So that was put out just to be able to have parents think about it and to be able to talk to their children about what's involved in this. Don't do something that's going to create problems for you down the road, limit your ability to be able to get into college or to be able to do the things that you want to dream about.
Many situations where the parents don't even know
I was just thinking, they're in school, they think, right? And they just leave the campus.
But it's also going to be a challenge for your officers, too, because we are talking about really young people, and sometimes for them, you know, they don't know, things get a little heated for them, and then they do things which they may regret in the future. And your officers, you know, get put in dangerous situations.
Sure. No, all really we want to do is make sure that everybody is safe. And in doing that, in that notice that was put out, it was in an effort to be able to raise awareness, be able to, you know, make parents aware that their young people may be going out engaging in protest activity or demonstrations, and just to be able to have a talk with them and let them know there are potential implications to doing that, to do it safely first and foremost, and the importance of education, to stay in school, excuse me, and to be able to you know, exercise your First Amendment in a very responsible way.
So Mayor Bass, would you like some water?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
No,
Mayor Bass yesterday made an announcement that LA saw a drop in homicides. In fact, the lowest it has been since 1966. Talk about that number.
Yeah, no, I'm very proud of that. We were able to end the year with 230 homicides, 230 too many, but it does put us at the lowest rate we've seen since 1966. Thankfully, we're trending down 16% this year from last year. The year before was down 14%. So we're going in the right direction. Mayor Bass was talking about the GRID program, the benefits of that, the Gang Reduction and Youth Development Program, where interventionists go out and assist us in being able to de-escalate situations, violent situations in particular. The individuals who are involved in that are people with credibility on the street, particularly in the more impacted areas, and they have been very helpful to us in reducing those numbers. When we talk about reduction in crime, excuse me again, it's a team sport. It's not just the police. It's not just GRID or any other interventionist. It's all of us working together with community members, with parents, trying to be able to let people know, you know, what are the issues? How do we work together? How do we realize the gains that we've seen, and how do we continue having them go in the right direction? Just to put in context for where we are, we finished the year with 230 homicides. Looking back to 1993, which was our high year, we had just under 1,100 homicides. Wow. So we have gone in the right direction in a very good way for many years now, and we hope to be able to continue that and keep that progress
up.
That being said, though, homeless-related homicides are up, right? So what can be done about that? What are the concerns there? Because a lot of this has to do with the homeless situation in general when it comes to mental illness. So how do we deal with that?
Yeah, that is certainly a very challenging situation that we deal with the unhoused population, many of whom are dealing with significant complex issues, addiction problems, untreated mental health issues, and when they're in crisis is most often when the police interact with them. They are victims of crime as much as they're involved in criminal activity themselves, in fact probably much more so. And so we try and get out there. We have people who work in the areas, MacArthur Park, Skid Row, that are particularly impacted with unhoused individuals dealing with addiction problems, and try and be able as best we can to get to know who the people are that are there, what they're dealing with, and then who are those that are out there preying on those people. And we see that, and wherever you have people who are vulnerable, you're going to get people who will come and take advantage of them. So we try and be aware of that and do the best we can to protect everybody out there.
There was some news this week on the LAPD's drone program, and that it potentially could be expanded because some grant or something was given to the drone program. I don't know if a lot of people out there, LA residents, even know that a lot of these drones are being deployed right now and being used. How are they being used right now, and what does this look like in the future? There are some concerns about surveillance and you know, the state where we're going to have everybody being watched on now by the LAPD.
Yeah, we're highly regulated. We're very transparent in what we do. We've had a total of over 670 hours of flights, totaling almost 3,400 flights. Made 84 arrests based on that, and 10% of the drone as a first responder launches has resulted in the cancellation of a patrol unit having to respond to the scene so they can handle higher priority calls. So it's not something people often ask, is this going to replace the helicopters? It's not. The helicopters, we have a pilot and a tactical flight officer up there who are tacticians in the sky, directing the ground units where to go. They've saved so many lives, I can't even quantify that. They'll often be over a call, and you have a man with a gun type call, and they will direct the units where not to go. Do not drive in the line of fire, and they put them in a position where they can safely take the suspect into custody. So it won't be a replacement for that, because that's a tremendous tool for us, but it will be a supplement to that, and it'll allow us to be able to do better with response time, get there quick, get an assessment of what's going on, get footage if there's somebody committing a crime there, or if that person is leaving the scene, direction of travel, type of vehicle, license plate, and to be able to follow it until patrol units can get in place and pull the suspect over. So a tremendous tool, one that we are expanding. I'm very thankful for the support we've gotten on that, but we do regulate it very closely and are very cognizant of the concerns about privacy.
Additional resource, that's for sure. It sounds like, so that's good. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. You're going to have to come back for more topics. We have plenty. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thanks for coming, Chief.
Sure.
Yep, we'll be right back. All right, we made it to 8 o'clock on the dot.
Is it just me or is it flying?
It's flying because you're having fun.
That's right.
That's fine. We're all having fun here this morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bob DeCastro.
And I'm Roxy Garvadian. All right, let's take a look at some of those stories. We've had a busy morning so far, starting with Gigi.
That's right. This latest storm left a trail of toppled trees all over. We're live.
And 9 skiers missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe. We'll have the latest on the search.
And today, it's Ash Wednesday, the beginning of the Lenten season. This morning, we are taking you live to an Ash Wednesday drive-through. That's right. If you don't have any time, Maria, you can just drive through and they'll put those ashes right on your forehead.
They don't have a drive-through over at our church. But I would love to do that. But yeah, I got to try to get it in there before. Maybe there's a 5 or I think there's like a 5 or 6 p.m. So I'll run over there. Good morning to you. We've got some showers that are still in the forecast, but not the widespread heavy rain that we had overnight, right? You must have maybe woken up because of the heavy raindrops. Looking at the latest on our satellite radar images here, and you can see the last few frames actually look much quieter. That's the good news. There's still some instability, so there's still going to be that chance for some pop-up showers here and there. Otherwise, though, we've got this lull in between storm systems. Storm 2 is now passing to our south and east, so we are awaiting Storm 3, which will arrive sometime tomorrow morning. 50 degrees currently in downtown LA, 43 in Pasadena, 48 in San Bernardino, it's 23 in Big Bear, it's 57 in Palm Springs. It should get up to around 61 in Palm Springs today in the low desert. A little more sunshine, 46 in the high desert areas. Big Bear around 28 with that snow continuing to fall on and off again. And downtown LA around 57 today, which is well below average. So you definitely need that jacket. I think most of it from the coast to the valleys, we're looking at below average temperatures, high surf and windy conditions, especially near the coast. I'll go over what we can expect, the timing of Storm 3 in just a few minutes. But first, let's check in on the drive. We've got Stu up in Skyfox. He is on the duck watch right now. There's some traffic there on the lake. Stu, you know what? I love your shots. It's so green and beautiful. It's just beautiful and amazing.
You know what? Thank you. I don't know if that's because of the rain or you're complimenting my camera work, but either way, I appreciate it, and thank you so much. You know what? Who else is appreciating the rain? A lot of folks, and these guys are out here too, and you said we're checking on the drive. Oddly enough, this is a golf course with a little bit of flooding and a lot of ducks out there. It does look good. I love the sound effects. Thank you. Somebody down there loves me. Let's take a look at the drive, though. The other drive that's going to be the Encino area, the 101. Roads are drying up, and the ride is getting busy once again. It seems like everybody's taking that moment to get back to work, and it really starting to show on the ride. The 101, super slow and go as you're making your way out of the out of the west area, out towards the 405. If you're going the other direction, it is the same deal. It is going to be super slow and go through the Tarzana, Encino area, either direction on that 101. Give yourself extra time. Roads are drying up, and the next rainstorm, that's going to be probably after we're all home from today's job. So, but just keep it in mind. Give yourself a little extra time. Sending it back to y'all in the studio.
All right. Stu, thank you very much. We've got breaking news in the Cajon Pass this morning. The search expected to resume for a man swept away after his truck got stuck crossing a flooded roadway.
Let's go to Mario right now, live with an update. This is just such a tough story. Also a reminder that water is moving so quickly, you really can't take any chances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just spoke to the driver's daughter. This was a local guy, and she was almost in tears as she said she was going to herself start looking downstream. Now, we can tell you those San Bernardino fire crews, that is where the driver was last seen. The truck stranded on this gravel road, and at one point it was covered in feet of dangerous floodwater. So take a look. Overnight video showing crews searching the floodwaters here in the Cajon Pass. This was around 11:30 last night near Keenbrook Road and Cajon Boulevard in Devore. Officials say the man drove into the flooded roadway where his full-size pickup truck became stuck in 3 to 4 feet of fast-moving water. The driver then climbed onto the roof, but as rescue crews were approaching, the truck shifted, and that man was swept away in just a second. Now, swift water rescue teams moved downstream, setting up a search line before the search was paused overnight in extreme conditions. Take a listen.
Whenever we have somebody, a victim that winds up in the water, there are a couple things that we're concerned about once we ultimately locate that victim. One is any traumatic injuries they could have sustained while traveling in those floodwaters. Again, there's all kinds of debris in there from trees, boulders, rocks. And the second is hypothermia. The water itself is cold, but what we're looking at now are temperatures in the low 40s, wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, and those two coupled together, either one can be fatal.
And from rushing floodwaters to snow, the latest storm also bringing blizzard-like conditions to the San Bernardino County mountains. Heavy, wet snow falling across Lake Arrowhead, Sky Forest, and Crestline overnight, where chain controls are in effect and being enforced this morning. But back out here to this story, fire officials say at the peak of the downpours, the water here was rushing through the area at over 15 miles per hour, and again, several feet deep. So that just goes to show you how quickly things change. The search area will now cover several miles downstream, and of course, again, it has resumed this morning, and we'll have updates here on Good Day LA. For now, live in San Bernardino County in the Cajon Pass, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
Oh, so tough. What a tough conversation you had with the daughter of that victim. I mean, your heart just breaks, obviously. Thank you, Mario. We'll talk to you later. We're going to continue our team coverage right now. We're talking about the rain and downed trees as a result of all that rain.
Yeah, we've got Gigi in Koreatown with more on that. Gigi.
Bob and Roxy, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're on 7th and Serrano here in Koreatown, where these trees came toppling down about 1 o'clock this morning. And my photographer and I were just commenting that there has been no sign of street services. Of course, the possibility exists that nobody has called this in and they simply don't know that this mess is here. But we have already seen a lot of drivers. You can see drivers, while the LAPD actually just arrived, they've pulled up sort of to keep the peace here, because we see drivers. Now, these folks are heading west. They're going the right way, but to go, if you're traveling east, to go around the trees, you have to get into the westbound lanes. And we've already seen drivers come face to face and some heated confrontations, no one wanting to back up, not even the driver going the wrong way. But let's talk about some other toppled trees. Let's go straight to Westwood, where about 5:30 this morning, trees came toppling down on Sunset Boulevard near Hillgard. This isn't far from UCLA. A tree suddenly crashing down on passing traffic. At least 2 cars were hit. Thankfully, as of last check, no injuries were reported. Traffic, though, was shut down on Sunset, and MTA buses were being rerouted. And to the San Fernando Valley we go, where a large tree also came crashing down around midnight. This one causing a large power outage in the area of Victory and Fallbrook. And take a look at this dramatic scene as a large tree dangled over the 405 South early this morning. Now, it originally started in the neighborhood on Albada Street, where the tree came crashing down. It then hit the sound wall, damaging that, and then just dangled over the freeway there. CHP shutting down the 405 South near Sunset until the tree could be removed. And back here in Koreatown, take a look at when the trees actually came down. It was just after 1 a.m., and the rain was really coming down hard. The trees hit 2 parked cars, damaging both of the cars. And again, they are blocking traffic. And back here live, the 2 trees that crashed down actually hit a 3rd tree, which is now completely bent over and most likely will have to be removed. Reporting live this morning, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Appreciate it. So you are looking now live at Frazier Park in Kern County. That is a look there at the southbound 5 freeway. Snow plows were called out overnight in the Grapevine area community, which saw some snowfall, and that did create a lot of slick roads. Not a lot of traffic, obviously. Yeah. People just taking their time. Go slow if you're in this area.
You can see the road crews did a pretty good job there of plowing that, and then probably put some sand on there as well, some salt to make sure that the ice was cleared there. So looks decent. Keep it slow, though. 9 skiers are missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, let's get to Sandra right now with the latest on the search. So what's going on?
This is really tough. The search is underway still for those 9 missing skiers, but extreme weather making it difficult. The avalanche happened yesterday morning on Castle Peak in Northern California. That's just northwest of Lake Tahoe, as you can see there in the map. Authorities say at least 6 people survived, but as many as 9 skiers are still missing. First responders took 2 of the rescue skiers to the hospital for treatment. The group involved consisted of ski guides, very expert skiers, and several climbers clients who were on the last day of a 3-day backcountry skiing trip, an excursion where they stay in huts and explore the backcountry there. Deputies with the Nevada County Sheriff's Office say rescue teams are dealing with highly dangerous conditions right now, with winter storm conditions expected to continue through much of the week.
It's in a mountainous area. It's very limited visibility. It's hard to access. We're doing so with snowcats, with people on skis. We have some snowmobilers on standby, so we're doing the best we can to get there, but the conditions are making it very challenging.
An avalanche warning does remain in effect for the area, with several more feet of snow expected over the next couple of days. Governor Gavin Newsom says the state is coordinating additional resources to support the search and rescue efforts right now, and a press conference is expected in a few hours, so we'll hopefully get some updates throughout the morning. And of course, we're hoping that the search is going to provide some answers in terms of where those 9 missing skiers are at this point. Bob and Roxanne.
Yeah, it's interesting that they went out, Sandra, several of the ski resorts in the Lake Tahoe area, because of the heavy snow that they were receiving, actually closed. So to think that this crew still went out despite all of that.
Despite all that, yeah.
Yeah, they're expert guides there, and they're trained in all of this. There is, in fact, 25 to 30 deaths every year here in the United States because of avalanches, and these expert guides are trained to kind of mitigate and to assess the conditions out there. But when you're caught in a storm and Mother Nature has its own mind, it's really tough no matter how expert you are at anything.
Yeah, you can't mess with Mother Nature. That's a fact.
We're still praying that they could be found. All right, Sandra, thank you. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We've got Storm 2 that has passed for the most part. It is now to our south and east, so we have a little bit of leftover instability. So there's still a chance for some light scattered showers out there today, but generally we're actually seeing sunshine. We're now waiting on Storm 3, which is going to make its way south tonight and then bring us the start of some rain, I would say tomorrow morning in Ventura County. You can see Thursday morning, and then by lunchtime we'll get everybody with some widespread moderate rainfall, occasionally some heavy downpours, so get ready for that. More flooding possible. This is the weakest, though, of the 3 storms, so I don't expect very high impacts, but you got to remember now we've had 2 pretty good storms, so the ground is saturated, those trees are vulnerable, and of course if you live in and around those recently burned hillsides and those burn scar areas, vulnerable from the 2 previous storms ahead of this 3rd one. So just stay on alert, please, as we await the 3rd one tomorrow. Right now, we're looking at some alerts, including the winter storm warning that's in effect for our mountains. We're still expecting another foot to even 3 feet of snow above 6,000 feet. And then as that snow level continues to drop to around 3,500 feet, we could be looking at another 1 to 4 inches of fresh powder down to like Crestline, Running Springs, but it could get as low as the Grapevine. So I've been seeing some live shots from there where some of that is actually sticking to the ground. Winds still pretty strong up into the high desert areas. It just expired for portions of Orange County and the Inland Empire, but still gusting near 50 to 60 miles an hour in the high desert. I do suspect those wind advisories to get back in place by tonight, tomorrow. Okay, so keep that in mind when you plan your travel. 57 today for downtown LA, so below average. Definitely will need that jacket, that fleece jacket for you before you head out. We are expecting sunshine in Thousand Oaks for the better part of this morning, and then the clouds will start to increase again, but it should stay dry for the most part. And as we look at Big Bear, we've got snow showers there. That's great news for our mountain communities. If you're headed up there this weekend, we do have a lot of help now from Mother Nature. Anaheim, a high in the upper 50s with a bit of a drier period before Storm 3 arrives tomorrow. All right, stay with us. We're going to be right back after this quick break.
Actually, we're going to take it right now.
So
yeah.
Saying goodbye to us already.
Thank you, Maria. So tributes, of course, continue to pour in for Jesse Jackson, the civil rights icon who passed away yesterday at the age of 84.
Jesse Jackson was a charismatic, ordained minister and a protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He founded the Chicago-based civil rights groups Operation Push and the National Rainbow Coalition. Jackson twice ran for the Democratic presidential nomination. In 1988, he gave Michael Dukakis a run for his money, winning 11 state primaries and caucuses. Joining us now to talk more about this, about Jackson's legacy, radio, TV, and TV commentator Mo Kelly. Great to see you, Mo. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we talk about Michael Dukakis and that 1988 presidential campaign. You know, some people out there might be too young to even remember that, but it was a great run for Jesse Jackson. He truly was a trailblazer.
It was a great run, and as a matter of fact, Michael Dukakis, that election was the first election in which I was eligible to vote. So that was the personal awakening for me. My father required me to watch the DNC and RNC of 1984 and 1988. The run of Jesse Jackson Sr. Enlightened me as far as the infinite possibilities in America. And it wasn't only me, it was millions of Americans who heretofore who thought that it was not possible for an African-American man to become president. Even though he came in second in that primary, it opened the possibility to one day a Barack Obama.
That's right, because he did lay the groundwork, and the Obamas came out with a statement basically acknowledging that he paved the way for President Obama to become president.
He opened doors for a lot of people, and people often forget that the civil rights movement was not just about dismantling the institution of segregation, but it was also building bridges in an economic sense. There was always an economic component. And from that, Jesse Jackson carved his own niche coming out of Operation Breadbasket, which was the economic arm of the civil rights movement, to form Rainbow Push Coalition and push, literally and metaphorically, corporate America to not only open its doors to African Americans, but actively work with African Americans and black contractors. In that, in actuality, open a door for black media people just like me and others to have a space in the world today.
Listening to some of his speeches that he made, and sometimes you get goosebumps when you look back at the convention. He talked about this Rainbow Coalition, and in some ways, you think that he really transformed even the Democratic Party in a lot of ways to reach out across different communities, the Latino community, and said, like, listen, we're all in this together. Reached out to women, the LGBT community. I mean, he really tried to bring other people into the fold.
He did, and the civil rights movement was never just about African Americans. It was about the totality of Americans fitting into this democratic small d experiment. And although African Americans were more closely aligned with the Democratic Party coming out of the civil rights movement and into the 1970s, there was this opportunity in a political sense to expand the dialogue and conversation to include different communities, brown communities, Asian communities, and the emerging immigrant communities here in America who were then folded into that movement.
Where do you see his fingerprints in today's movements for justice?
You can look at the blueprint of any protest which is going on today, which is not just about Dr. King, but we see a boycott against this company or that corporation. That is a direct descendant, if you will, of Operation Breadbasket, which was about these targeted boycotts at companies who were not working in the best interests of African Americans. And you can see that strategy being employed today. Now, me personally, I don't know if everyone employs it in the way that Reverend Jesse Jackson did, but you can see it's a direct descendant of that strategy.
And one thing that people may not know is after his presidential run, he really kind of became an elder statesman of some sorts, Mo. In fact, he reached beyond the United States across international lines and was almost like an ambassador in many ways.
He was a shadow senator. He was an American ambassador. He was able to get hostages home from countries around the world, even though it was thought that he did not have that reach, that pull, that influence. He was a person who transcended his time. And I know it's easy to say that he was only known for this one thing, only did that one act. But his legacy is much broader than just economic civil rights here in America. He had a footprint which reached around the world.
He balanced diplomacy with activism. That is for sure. Mo, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us this morning and shed your thoughts and memories. And we pay tribute, of course, to his legacy. Appreciate you being with us.
Great to have your insight, Mo. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
right, you're looking live right now. This is Mount Olive Lutheran Church's Ash Wednesday. It says drive-through event.
Well, I guess you drive up
you stop
and
by.
walk through.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
it's a quick
okay.
one.
All right, it's very effective.
I'm sure you don't have to get out of your car if you don't want to.
That's what I was expecting. You
It's not
just
that big of a
literally stay in
deal.
your
Come on,
car.
girl.
Anyway, however it works for you. There you see it happening right now. This is in Santa Monica. That is Pastor Tracy Williams waving hello.
Hey,
Today
Pastor.
marks the start of Lent for Catholics, of course, a season of prayer, penance, and reflection leading up to Easter. Worshippers receiving blessed ashes on their foreheads in the shape of a cross to signal penance. And this event goes until 10 a.m., so you got some time. You can walk up, drive up, whatever it is, and then, you know, when you go to work or go to school, you've got the indication to show that you were a good Catholic.
Right, or Lutheran in this case.
Or Lutheran, that's right, that's right.
It's a Lutheran
I
church.
remember being in school as a kid and kids would always show up, right? Like they thought it was cool and we thought it was cool too.
It is cool.
We'll be right back.
give up complaining as, you know, I don't want to complain that much. That's
That is
always
not,
my goal.
that is not a sacrifice.
That's
something to work on.
No, that is a sacrifice.
Well,
yes,
she'll
it
break that.
feels good to complain and just like let it vent and let it out.
Yeah.
No.
So, you know,
You have to work on controlling
I'm
that.
going to try to control it. I'm going to give that
That's a challenge. Good for you.
I I do break it immediately.
She'll last till 8:32.
I'm going to give myself a curfew with social media.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What should
A
it
curfew,
be?
okay.
7 or 8?
7.
7.
Oof.
7:30?
7.
7. Okay.
It's tough when you work in the news.
I know.
She can, come on, 7 p.m. She's got the whole day.
Yeah, that's an extra tough one. I get that, Amanda. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's talk about this on this Ash Wednesday. The lull. We're looking at a lull again today. I think I said the exact same thing yesterday at this hour as I was walking to the green screen. So we are in between storms again, now waiting on Storm 3. In the meantime, we're going to get a mix of some clouds and some sunshine. There's a little bit of a chance for some scattered showers or pop-up showers today with some mountain snow. Definitely cold temperatures despite that sun trying to break through the cloud cover. Tomorrow morning's when we will start to see Storm 3 move in, Ventura County, eventually into LA, Orange County, and the Inland Empire. And this will bring us another round of rain and mountain snow. I don't think it'll be as impactful as the last 2 storms. However, that being said, the ground is already saturated, so we really could use it to, it would help if we just move really, really quickly. And we are anticipating some dry conditions as we get to the weekend. Storm 2 gave us some impressive rain totals. Temescal over 1.5 inches, Mormon Rock 1.3, Cabazon over 3/4 of an inch, Van Nuys even got 7/10 of an inch of rain, Victorville a little over 1/2 inch. In downtown LA, 60 degrees was the high temperature yesterday, and we received over about 1/3 of an inch of rain. This was yesterday, so I think we're going to add to this because we did get the rain, of course, during the overnight hours. Our season total 17.07 inches. That's way above normal, and so our surplus is at 7.81 inches. We are expecting a high of just 57 today for downtown LA, and our sun should set at 5:40 this afternoon. All right, let's check in on traffic. We've got Samada in studio with a look at that. Hey, Samada.
Oh, good morning, Mary. Good morning, everyone. Well, of course, with all the rain that came down, there's still many impacts. Slick road still out there. Stay away from the high country due to all the snow that's coming down. And if you're traveling northbound side of the 5 at Gorman, there have been multiple reports of collisions. We do have, again, lane closures, but they are working to open up some lanes. In the meantime, they are rerouting traffic along that 138 route. So you'll be met with a lot of issues if you're heading north or southbound along that 5 stretch. Westbound 10 bringing downtown, leaving downtown to get to Santa Monica just 47 minutes. Northbound 110 from the 405 just 37 minutes. And a quiet look at Catalina. Things are improving there. Traffic conditions also looking good on the island. So back over to you, too.
All right, Samana, thank you. Goldman Sachs making a big shift in its boardroom policies, reportedly dropping certain DEI language. According to Fox Business, Goldman Sachs plans to remove references to other demographics, including race, gender identity, and sexual orientation from its board selection criteria. The move comes amid a broader rollback of DEI policies nationwide and President Trump's executive orders aimed at scaling back diversity programs in government.
Verizon customers, if you want to switch carriers, listen up. The company is making it harder to switch to a different provider. Under a new policy, you'll now have to wait 35 days to unlock your phone after you pay it off. Unlocking the device allows you to switch providers without buying a brand new phone. The only way to shorten that 35-day wait time is to pay off your installment plan in person at a Verizon store. Verizon claims the wait period allows time for fraud prevention.
Sure.
The move comes a month after the FCC waived a rule requiring Verizon to unlock devices 60 days after activation.
Look at me. Smile. Frown. Are you thirsty?
I'm always thirsty.
I could take care of all 3 of those things right now. You know what? High-quality ingredients come with a high-quality price at Erewhon, but there's a huge perk now available at the grocery store because your $20 smoothie can come with a side of Botox.
That's hilarious. Okay, I had no idea that's what you were going to say, and I thought you were testing our Botox out when you said smile and frown. I'm not even kidding.
Right. Well, it's funny. It's all thanks to a new partnership between Erewhon and med spa company Ject, short for Inject, of course. Yes, as in injections. For the next year, there will be quarterly pop-ups across different Erewhon locations, meaning you can get a free lip flip or brow lift while waiting to pick up your strawberry collagen smoothie. You can also pick up beauty samples at the pop-ups and chat with the aesthetics team. No word on when the next pop-up will be.
I don't want the smoothie guy shooting me up with Botox.
I know, right? Like, everyone just stay in your lane.
You want your face to look smoothie? We got
Yeah. See, that's good.
My gosh.
Smoothie and a smoothie.
Smooth out with the smoothie. I love it. That was good, Bob. All right, last hour we asked you, what is your favorite thing about SoCal life? Remember, scenery is also the bars, which is why it's probably in second place. But the weather, 56%. I mean, this is why they say we pay the weather tax, right? Living here, it is great. Can't beat it.
We've got normally great beach weather. Speaking of, slow-mo running on the beach may not be required, but the red swimsuits might be back.
You gotta have the slow-mo. The Baywatch reboot on Fox is holding an open casting call in Marina del Rey this morning. Coco, she's like, I have to be there. I gotta be there. I gotta see your slow-mo run at some point.
Okay, yes, I will definitely do my slow-mo run for you at the end of this, because that's all I think about when I think about Baywatch, you know? This is so iconic. I mean, we're talking about the continuation of Baywatch, and as someone who grew up in Michigan, whenever I would think of LA, I would actually think of Baywatch type scenes. So to me, this is a really big deal. I know it's a big deal to LA as well. Casting call is underway. I am here with Brittany Roberts now, head of Fox Casting. Hey, so tell us about the excitement for today.
Yeah, I think you can feel it in the building. You know, we are looking for the next stars of our version of Baywatch, and we can't wait to see who we find today.
That's exciting. And so tell us about what they're going through to be part of this audition process.
Yeah, so we have asked people to prepare a scene. So they're going to come in and they're going to read. We're going to have somewhere around 20 audition rooms going at any given point today. And we're hoping we find a star.
And when you say finding a star, like, what makes up like that star quality? Like, what are you looking for, you think?
Yeah, I think we're living up to the original cast, so we definitely have big shoes to fill. But, you know, I think we're looking for somebody that can either be a lead in the show, have a walk-on role, be an extra. We're looking for all sorts of types.
Okay, extra. I mean, that might be up my alley. I kind of like the extra sound. And talk about the fact that production is happening next month and what this means for LA.
Yeah, look, I think Baywatch, like you said, it's a love letter to the city, and the fact that we're able to even shoot here in LA, you know, the city needs it. So we're super excited. We're going to start production, like you said, in a month here on the famed Venice Beach, and we could not be more excited. We just announced Stephen Amell as our lead on Friday. So yeah, it's all happening.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, Brittany, for talking to us. And it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see Baywatch, this reboot happening. Okay, so I promised you guys I would do a little slow-mo run. Let's see.
Wow.
I cast. Look,
I don't know.
The head of Fox Casting, I am cast now as an extra, because that's all I want to be. I'm not remembering lines. I'm just going to be an extra.
Fair enough. I'll run with you, Coco. We can be a duo.
I know you would.
Tell them it's a package deal.
Yes.
Make it happen. Well, I know actually someone who would be good in the new Baywatch reboot coming up. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamaba Resort and Casino, the third and final season. I know, fans, I know, it's hard. Tell Me Lies has just wrapped on Hulu. Brandon Cook plays Evan, who's one of several characters involved in relationships that turn messy and toxic, but it's all very juicy for our entertainment. Now here he is facing the music for something he did to his fiance.
Thanks for finally texting me back. You okay? Look, I'm not sure what's going on. You came over, we were good, and then you disappeared for a day.
I'm going to ask you a question, and if you tell me the truth, then we can get past it. Okay, we can move forward. But if you lie to me, I'm never speaking to you again. Did you have sex with Lucy last year?
Yes.
No! Oh, Brandon, welcome to Good Day LA.
Thank you for having me.
The hold this show has on its fans, and I want to give a specific shout out to the fan span, the age span of the fans.
Crazy.
There are women that are Gen X, you know, 60 plus loving the show. There are Gen Z fans watching this show. Can you tell me the most interesting fan encounter you've had recently?
Oh, recently I've had someone run up to me at the mall, but like full speed and didn't stop and was just very, very close, no matter how far I would kind of inch away. It was very interesting, but she was not as passionate.
Oh, she's just passionate.
I call her passionate, yeah.
Yes. I mean, did you as a cast all have the same reaction as the fans when it was told that it was going to be the final season?
Yeah, it was a similar reaction. It's sad. I mean, we've been doing it for 3-4 years, and you know, we're a family now, so it's a sad thing to see, but I think it's a natural conclusion to the show, and I'm really proud of it. Very content and very proud of it.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, we had an earthquake this week in Riverside, but I think there was also an earthquake, cue the Britney Spears Toxic, with that finale that has people still trying to pick their mouths up off the floor. When you guys read the script for that finale, were you just like, whoa, it's about to go down?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the fun part, you know?
Yeah.
It's fun reading it and seeing more drama and more issues and more things happening and more
messy
truth being revealed. Yeah, messy. The messier the better, though. The messier the more fun.
The messier the better, for sure. And now we have a fan. She lives in Downey. Her name is Martha. She's been talking about this show forever.
Okay.
And she wanted me to ask you how many times you had to run into the wedding cake.
Oh.
Because it was messy in more ways than one.
Right. Well, luckily, I only had to do it once.
Oh, one and done.
I only had to do it once. We had a stunt guy. He was brilliant, and he did it the first time, and we kind of understood what we needed to do, and then I got my go at it. And I only was able to do it once, so I'm glad that we were able to get it in that one take.
I love it.
Yeah.
Life imitating art, or more like art imitating life, because the couple situation on the show. And for you, a real life happily ever after, because you're engaged to Catherine, and you guys work together.
Yes.
So how do you guys balance the work together personal life dynamic?
It's been super easy. I think easier than I thought it would be, honestly, which has been nothing but a blessing. We've been dating long before the show.
Right.
So to be able to come together and do it, it's great. It's been a blessing.
And
super
so
amazing.
great to go on that journey together. And I watched so many of your interviews because I was so curious the questions that other reporters were asking you.
Sure.
And I didn't know relationship deal breakers would be one for you. But you went viral on TikTok because you have to date someone who uses a lot of lotion. So, you know, I made sure I used extra lotion today in honor of you. But yeah, the funniest things go viral.
It's very funny that went viral. I didn't think that was such a deal breaker or for people to, I don't know.
But you said you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, no, I don't have to worry about that.
Lots of lotion in your future. We have a fan video submitted question from Elizabeth and Joanna. Let's play that.
Cool.
Hi. Okay, so the audience really loved Brandon from the beginning of the show until he obviously starts to do some very questionable things. And we just want to know how your opinion of him changed from when you first read his character from the script of season 1 till that last episode where everything kind of blew up in his face.
Good question, Elizabeth and Joanna.
Question. I think it didn't necessarily change. I think the only thing that did change was what he was willing to do in order to get what he needed or wanted. I think before it was kind of very people-pleasing, and he kind of went along with the way, and then he kind of got a little unorthodox at the end, which I loved. It was fun.
Yeah.
He took initiative. Maybe not the right initiative, but he took initiative nonetheless.
What do you personally have in common with your character, and then what's one thing that could not be further apart from you and Evan?
Me and Evan, yeah, I think how we carry ourselves on a day-to-day basis is definitely different. But I went to a school similar to Evan. I definitely know guys that are just like Evan. And I've even felt some of the things he feels in his friend group being in college. So that's the similarities. But everything else is pretty different, I would say.
Pretty different, yeah.
I would say.
This has been such a wild ride, and I know, again, the fandom for this show is so strong. If you could write like a mini love letter, just a couple sentences to the fans that have stood by the show these last 3 seasons, and, you know, tell them no lies, all honesty, what do you feel towards them?
Telling truth. Telling
truth.
Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing journey. You guys have been nothing but lovely and supportive. And I just pray that I'm able to experience this once again.
You will.
Yeah.
Your future is very bright.
Thank you.
What is next for you?
Right now, I'm working on a play.
Love
So
You are
hopefully I
classically
could
trained.
Yes,
Yes.
I went to Lambda in London, but I'm working on a play, and hopefully we can get that up sometime in the summer.
Absolutely. We'll break a leg.
Thank you. I
For
appreciate
sure.
that. Thank you.
All 3 seasons of Tell Me Lies are now available to binge on Hulu. Binge at your own discretion. It is very juicy. Thank you so much for joining us, Brandon,
Thanks for
and
having me.
congratulations on your engagement
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Sumata, let's send it on over to you for a look on traffic.
Thanks, Amanda. All that sounds good. Good day, LA traffic, sponsored by the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, and call jacob.com. Not so great out on the roads, unfortunately. A lot of slick conditions, and we do have this brand new crash. We're getting word of up to 5 vehicles may be involved in this collision. Westbound side of the 10 at the 605. You can see the delays adding up. We do have the HOV lane currently blocked at this hour. And a reminder, going northbound on the 5, headed to the Grapevine, northbound 5 right there, O'Gorman. Things are slowly starting to improve, as you can see there. But earlier, we did have all lanes closed due to multiple collisions in the air. Just be careful. We do have snow still falling across some of our mountain communities. And here's a look at our real-time traffic leaving downtown to get to the west side. Just going to give yourself 46 minutes and 36 minutes your ride from the Torrance area. A live look at Catalina Island, where there's less traffic. Things are slowly improving there. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
You're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
call Jacob.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. A look outside. Look at this. Does that make you happy? I mean, sand and surf makes me happy, but this also makes me happy. We've got the snow that is still falling, actually, up in Big Bear. We are anticipating some great conditions as we get into the upcoming weekend. I think everyone's going to be flocking up to the mountains to take advantage of Mother Nature's help. As we take a look at what's going on, we've got this area of low pressure. This is Storm 2 that is now moving to our south and east, and we're going to look for a lull today, much like yesterday, as we await Storm 3, which is still upstream. That's going to bring us, of course, more rain and snow tomorrow, some gusty winds, and some hazardous driving conditions really outside again. So please be careful where you park. We've got the possibility of more downed trees, and then hang in there because by the weekend things look much better. We do have those winter storm warnings in effect for the mountains. We're still looking at another foot or more above 6,000 feet, and that snow level dropping to around 3,500 feet. Winds are still going to be gusty today. We've got some wind advisories in effect through tonight for the high desert areas out towards Orange County and the Inland Empire. Just really another hour. That's about it. Here's your rain forecast for Santa Monica. Really kind of that lull today, and then the chance really increases tomorrow with Storm 3 moving in. So that's the good news. We're not even going to look ahead to next week because there is a chance for more rain. Right now, we're going to focus on the scattered showers today, increasing much more widespread tomorrow, and then the weekend looking good with temperatures rebounding a little bit, but we'll get more sunshine this weekend. Valleys, Inland Empire in the upper 50s today, getting back to those low 70s on Sunday into Monday, perhaps 28 in Big Bear. So happy for our local mountain communities with all the snow that is falling. The high desert 46 degrees today with some sunshine this weekend. All right, there's my weather for now. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. We're talking about spring break. Spring break in Southern California doesn't have to mean airports or long lines. Within a few hours of LA, you can walk beside elephants, you can ski for free, meet a mermaid, or build a full themecation.
Ooh, this is so beautiful, by the way. Look at this. Look at where we are.
I haven't done this yet.
I haven't done this either.
Yeah.
How and where are we going to do all this? Well, here to explain, travel expert Kim Orlando back with us. Great to see you.
Always great to be here.
Okay, let's go through it.
Let's go through it. We'll get to the flowers in just a second.
Okay.
We're going to start with the elephants.
Okay,
because
sure.
to your point, like with spring break, you don't have to go to an airport. You don't have to drive hours and hours. There's a lot to do within a 4-hour radius just of Los Angeles. And you can surround yourself with elephants in San Diego at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Not to be confused with the zoo. It's actually a separate park. It's 1,800 acres, 3,100 animals, over 300 species of plants, some endangered, that kind of thing. But they just built Elephant Valley.
This is brand new.
Brand new, opens March 5th. Elephant Valley is an immersive African savanna that you are actually walking through, and you are seeing elephants on multiple sides. And if that's not enough, you can go to the restaurant, which is a 2-story restaurant, and that overlooks the watering hole, so you can watch the elephants in action, basically. And
so it's almost like a true safari.
Yes, it's like pre-safari, right? I haven't been on a safari, so I just can't wait.
You look like someone who's been on a safari, by the way. I can just imagine. No, I imagine you dressing the part. That's what it is.
I would. I absolutely would. That's 100% true.
So from elephants to the flowers.
Elephants to flowers. So the flower fields at Carlsbad Ranch open on March 1st and go through May 10th. It's 55 acres of ranunculus. I've practiced that word a lot. Ranunculus flowers, which are perennials.
I thought they were tulips for a while.
No, they're not. But they're a colorful, beautiful perennial, and it's blooming through this whole season. You know, you're going to get a little bit different bloom throughout. So you could go more than once and have a wonderful time. There's a lot more going on there than just the flowers. There are a lot of interactive activities like sunset wine tasting in the fields, yoga, sound bathing in the fields. So I think that is really cool, and a bunch of things for kids like wagon rides and that kind of thing.
Nice.
Parking is free, and I would also mention that the tip is make sure that you get there early because it's a timed entry, and they're pretty strict about the timed entry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have 2 minutes left. Let's hit Big Bear.
Big Bear always has something really fun and crazy going on. They are giving away lift tickets and cocktails. Not necessarily together, but you can get a free lift ticket if you are spending up to $599 on a 2-night stay. Over $599, you get 2 free lift tickets, and they also are hosting, or Care for Big Bear's hosting, Climate and Cocktails. You just go and volunteer for 2 hours on March 21st, and they give you a ticket for a complimentary beverage.
That is so great.
Nice. Okay. Bob's always wanted to meet a mermaid.
Well,
or merman.
You could dress up as a merman if you want to, and in fact, it's welcome. At,
Oh, really?
It's Mermaid Month at Ventura Harbor Village, and costumes are welcome. Sea creatures and pirates and mermaids, and they have all kinds of mermaid-themed activities that are happening throughout the month. And there are 2 days that are live programming where you can meet a mermaid, you can hang out with them, you can dance with them. There's a DJ dance party. There's a glitter-thon, so you can get all your glitter on. Yeah, there's a pirate
right up your
play
alley.
area.
Yeah. And I like that Ventura area there too, so you can go do that, and then there's lots of stuff to do in the harbor area, and then just go to downtown Ventura, and there's plenty of stuff to do there too.
Kim, I see you brought your hat. There's a reason for it.
This is for the next thing I want to talk about. Have you ever done a themecation?
I have not.
You have
but
not?
Tell me more.
So you just build all of your activities around a theme. It could be Western, it could be Hollywood, it could be Avatar, it could be anime, whatever. So this is a Western theme idea, Coastal Cowboy in Costa Mesa. And you begin with lion dancing and mechanical bull riding at Westwood Coast, which is a restaurant. They also have, what do they call them? Hog wild fries, which I think sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And from there, you go to a leather goods place and make a custom leather piece at Saltwater Leather Goods. Then you grab a coffee at Salty Horse. Then you're going to go to Lander Supply House, which is a vintage store, which is really cool. You can tell these ladies really know what they're doing there. And then ended up at Cowboys and Poodles with your cowboy hat and your cowboy boots, and it's a speakeasy, and you just ending cocktail. You can also do this in Temecula, by the way. That's where I got my personalized hat.
I really like it. It's beautiful. Wow, so many things, so many options.
You don't
Love
need to go to Austin or whatever. Just go to Costa Mesa.
That's
Do
right.
everything
Or
right there.
Temecula, either one. That's
Or
exactly
Temecula.
right. But the theme thing just makes it fun, and you can involve the kids. They can choose
Great
what they
memory.
want to do.
Kids love to dress up, that's for sure. All right, thank you so much, Kim. Great stuff. For more tips, check out shebuystravel.com, and we'll be right back. I like your hat a lot.
Now I'm going to do the ranunculus.
morning, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday. I'm Roxy Carapadian.
And I'm Sandra Ender. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
With this new round of storms moving through the Southland, authorities searching for a man who actually got swept away in floodwaters. We do have an update on the situation at this hour.
Plus, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is testifying in a trial over how addicting social media really is, why the plaintiff's lead attorney may have a one-up on the CEO.
And everybody, rock your body, because Backstreet's back. All right. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. We got some details on the Backstreet Boys' new concert. But let's first go to our backstage girl, Maria, before they hit the Vegas Sphere again.
They have had a run, good run, right? And they're keeping it going. Good morning to you. The storms just keep on coming. That's what we have. Storm 2 passed overnight, and it is going to continue to move to our south and east, but leaving behind just some spotty showers. We still have a little bit of instability, so we're going to look for all of it today. Some sunshine, some clouds, and even a spotty shower here and there. Otherwise, it is chilly. Definitely grab that jacket. It's still only in the 40s in a lot of spots like Pasadena. Out in Burbank, it's 49. It's 50 now in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ontario, but up in Big Bear, it's 23 degrees, and snow is in the forecast today for our local mountains. Great news. Winter storm warnings, though, in effect, so travel up to the mountains is very treacherous. You might want to wait until perhaps after the next storm, but we do have a slight chance for some showers in the high desert, a little drier in the Coachella Valley. Downtown LA, from the coast, really, all the way into the valleys and the Inland Empire, mid to upper 50s with that slight chance for some leftover showers. We will talk more about the storm coming, expected tomorrow. I'll have all the details and the timing in just a few minutes. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
Maria, thank you. We have some breaking news this morning in the Cajon Pass. As San Bernardino County Swiftwater rescue teams have resumed looking for a man swept away after his pickup became stuck on a flooded roadway overnight.
Mario Ramirez is standing by with an update on the search effort. What's going on now, Mario?
Well, we're now hearing that the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has received reports of a body that was found about a mile downstream from where we are, where you can see that black pickup truck was left stranded. The driver at one point on top of the vehicle, surrounded by several feet of raging floodwaters, and he was swept away. And the search continues this morning. Let's go to the video here. Overnight video showing crews searching the floodwaters in the Cajon Pass just after this happened. This was around 11:30 last night near Keenbrook Road and Cajon Boulevard in Devore. Officials say the man drove into the flooded roadway here where his full-size pickup truck became stuck in 3 to 4 feet of fast-moving water. The driver then climbed onto the roof, but as rescue crews were approaching, the truck shifted and the man was swept away. Swiftwater rescue teams moved downstream, setting up a search line before the search was paused overnight in extreme conditions. Listen to what a fire captain told us a little while ago.
Whenever we have somebody, a victim that winds up in the water, there are a couple things that we're concerned about once we ultimately locate that victim. One is any traumatic injuries they could have sustained while traveling in those floodwaters. Again, there's all kinds of debris in there from trees, boulders, rocks. And the second is hypothermia. The water itself is cold, but what we're looking at now are temperatures in the low 40s, wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, and those two coupled together, either one can be fatal.
Yeah, extremely dangerous conditions. And let's quickly talk about the storm bringing blizzard-like conditions to the San Bernardino County mountains. Heavy, wet snow falling across Lake Arrowhead, Sky Forest, and Crestline overnight, where chain controls are in effect and being enforced this morning. So back out here live to our scene, you can see fire officials here with the San Bernardino County Fire Department. They say at the peak of these downpours, the water was rushing through the area at over 15 miles per hour. Again, several feet deep. That search now spanning several miles downstream. And again, there have been reports a body was found about a mile from this location, but it's yet to be confirmed if it was that stranded driver who was swept away overnight. For now, live in San Bernardino County in the Cajon Pass, we'll send it back to you.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Definitely not the outcome. And they still have to, of course, confirm this is the individual, but just heartbreaking nonetheless. And, you know, he did get on top of the car, which is what he was advised to do and knew to do that. But at the same time, with that shift in the water, I guess you have to hold on almost, right? Because you just never know. That water's moving so quickly.
And it was dark last night as well. All right, Mario, more to come on that for sure. Thank you. And continuing our team coverage right now of the storm, we've seen a lot of downed trees in several neighborhoods.
Yes, a lot of debris all over the place. Let's go to Gigi right now in Koreatown.
That's right. The round number two of this storm left quite a trail of destruction behind in the form of toppled trees. Let's get straight to Westwood, where early this morning it appears a tree crashed down on passing traffic. Now, at last check, we had reports. We didn't have a report of any injuries. This happening on Sunset near Hillgard, not far from UCLA. You see a Tesla there. At least 2 cars were hit by that falling tree. Again, no injuries reported, but traffic had to be shut down and buses were being rerouted. And then to the San Fernando Valley we go, where a large tree also came crashing down around midnight. We saw this happen yesterday in Woodland Hills, and it happened again, this time in the area of Victory and Fallbrook, bringing down power lines with it and leaving a lot of folks in the dark. Also, no traffic lights. And take a look at this dramatic scene as a large tree dangled over the 405 freeway this morning. This is on the southbound side, not far from Sunset. It started in the neighborhood just off the freeway on Albata Street, where the tree came crashing down. It hit the sound wall, damaging that, and then just dangled there, forcing the CHP to shut down the 405 south until the tree could be removed. That's all gone. And back here in Koreatown, where just after 1 a.m., 2 large trees came crashing down on 7th Street in Serrano, hitting 2 parked cars, leaving them damaged. The trees also hitting a 3rd tree, causing it to bend, and that, of course, most likely will have to be removed. And just now, we are seeing street services arrive for the cleanup. We have seen so many close calls this morning as folks traveling eastbound would use the westbound lane to get around the trees. LAPD finally came out. They shut down the street, and now street services is here to start removing the trees. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
All right. Hopefully that cleanup doesn't take too long. Thank you so much, Gigi. Over to Santa Monica now, where the rain overwhelmed storm drains, blowing out manhole covers that can weigh up to 300 pounds. So take a look at this. Fox 11 exclusively obtaining this video from Hill and Lincoln. Heavy cover bouncing into the intersection right there. Wow. Then an SUV strikes it, launching the cover more than 10 feet away. Other drivers are trying to dodge that open manhole. Yikes, scary situation there.
Dangerous. All right, our top story this morning, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg expected to face some tough questions today in court. We are awaiting for his arrival. You are looking at a live picture right now. This is downtown LA, the courthouse there, where he will testify in a landmark social media addiction trial. His testimony will be the centerpiece of a lawsuit alleging that his platforms on Meta prioritized profit over the safety of minors. It will be the first time Zuckerberg has publicly come into contact with parents who blame social media for their children's death. Protesters interrupted his Senate Judiciary Committee appearance back on January 2024. At that time, Zuckerberg apologized to those protesters. The plaintiff's lead attorney there is hoping to use that apology in his questioning.
That is going to be an interesting thing to see if I'm allowed to do. The other side is very careful about wanting to limit what I can do from his congressional testimony, but that he apologized may very well be acceptable.
The outcome could determine whether Meta faces billions in damages and is forced to change core features on its platforms.
Big news in Hollywood. The Writers Guild of America West Staff Union is on strike, and this video from a strike in 2023 shows more than 100 workers are protesting alleged unfair labor practices. The union is demanding better pay, protections, and limits on artificial intelligence use. WGA management denies the claim, but says it respects the strike. This comes as WGA prepares for major studio negotiations in March, with its current contract expiring in May.
The search continues for Nancy Guthrie, and authorities still don't have a suspect. Authorities are now working with Google to retrieve footage from other cameras at Nancy Guthrie's home. This comes after DNA found on a glove about 2 miles from her home did not match anyone in the federal database of known criminals. The Pima County Sheriff says they are are now looking to use genetic genealogy, essentially tracing distant cousins to find a possible suspect. He says they're also hoping more camera footage can be recovered while the FBI canvasses local gun stores.
Looking at to try to find this individual, whether it be DNA, whether it be that Ring camera video, whether it be evidence at a Walmart that might lead us to somebody. What I do know is we won't quit. We're going to keep after you. We will find you, and we'll find Nancy.
At this time, investigators say there is no evidence suggesting Guthrie was taken out of the country.
Also developing right now, tensions are rising in the Middle East after Iran temporarily closed parts of the Strait of Hormuz during live-fire military drills. The declared closure of the key international waterway is the first show of force by the Islamic Republic since the U.S. began threatening Iran and rushing military assets to the region. Iran state media has sent out mixed messages announcing Iranian forces fired several live missiles towards the strait, while also broadcasting an optimistic message from the Minister of Foreign Affairs about the talks with the United States.
A new window of opportunity has opened, under which we had the second round of the negotiations with the United States.
If indeed Iran doesn't demonstrate any good faith, although the latest reporting indicates that they may have agreed to some sort of a framework, we don't know the details, then the United States would be prepared to launch strikes.
Meanwhile, Iran's critics say this is all about buying time and that Iran isn't really interested in a deal.
All right, 9/11 still to come. Amanda joining us with your entertainment headlines after the break, including an update on an initiative to boost Hollywood film production.
And we do have some traffic. Good Day LA traffic brought to you by DTLA Law Group, Accident and Injury Attorneys. A wide look at our real-time traffic map. The usual delays are in place right now. The sunshine is out here. This is the, let's see, which freeway is this? Did it just change on me? This is the 710, am I right? Okay, this is the 710 at Del Amo Boulevard. I think I got it. Yes, both sides of the 710 looking pretty nice there, both north and southbound side. As look at our drive times in and out of downtown LA. The westbound 10 between the 5 to the 405, 39 minutes there headed toward the west side in Santa Monica. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 28 minutes. And on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, a little slower, 34 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Good morning.
Well, hello.
How's it going?
It's good. It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, and you have an update for us.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Thank you. Entertainment is... Sometimes I forget if you mean personal or professional.
Both.
We are on air. Professional. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Hey, you down with BSB?
Yeah, you know me.
That's it. That's my hype girl. Press accept on that collab. Howie, AJ, Brian, Kevin, and Nick love Vegas, and Vegas loves the Backstreet Boys. It seemed like everybody and their moms went to their show. BSB announced that it's extending its Into the Millennium residency in Viva Las Vegas. 6 new shows will take place this summer at Sphere between July 16th and July 25th. Ooh, that is a hot time to be in Vegas. Make sure you stay somewhere with the pool. The band started performing at Sphere last summer and has sold out 35 shows, one of which I was at. Pre-sale tickets for these new shows will become available on February 24th, and general ticket sales will begin on Friday, February 27th. Remember, if you go, you got to wear all white.
I was gonna say, are they still
Which is perfect for
that?
summer.
Okay.
You know, the summertime. All right, so yesterday, this is the update. It was a very important day for the future of filming in LA, with Adrien Nazarian's 9 motions to keep Hollywood home so the industry can stay in LA. Applause indeed, because the initiative, Keep Hollywood Home, aiming to make filming the city easier, passed yesterday's Phase 1 motions, and now there's still some more work to do for it to be concrete, so we've got to get to the next step so we can keep our productions going strong. We can keep people with their families here in LA so they don't have to always travel for work as much. Yesterday, Stay in LA sent me this photo. It was outside of City Hall right before the 2 p.m. meeting. In that photo, they said about 125 people were there just waiting to get in and have their voices heard. If you're wondering what some of the motions that were on the docket that were approved, that includes fast-tracking certification of new sound stages, reducing fees to $1 for parking and location shooting on city facilities, and creating a free permit for micro shoots with 24-hour turnaround. One other thing that I think is worth mentioning is, you know how when you have a product and it'll proudly say like made in the USA, and you feel good seeing that. Well, they want to have a new kind of label with a film or a television series that's made in LA, so people know it was made right here.
That's actually clever.
I think it is clever. And I would like to know which productions kind of stayed in our city.
Because you'll get more support from people around here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Street cred, respect. Exactly.
Pride.
Pride, exactly. All of it. So last hour, we asked you, what's your favorite thing about SoCal life? So far, of course, my vote as well. The weather with 57%.
Nobody likes the people.
Nobody really likes the people.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Well, we don't really interact with the people. We're driving.
You know, have you noticed? Go to foxla.com/vote to let us know. Outside of your own city, where have you noticed some of the nicest people in LA are?
I'm looking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Along the beach. They're more laid back.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, beach people,
Or
right?
mountain people.
Beach or you're right.
Big Bear.
Big Bear to Orange County.
Nature.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nature. Maybe there's something to it after all.
All right. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good Daily Weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. We've got some sunshine outside, actually. Kind of a mixture of sunshine, some clouds, and then some leftover spotty showers. The storm that came through last night and early this morning, boy, it brought us some good rain totals, actually. Temescal got over 1.5 inches of rain. Mormon Rock, 1.3 inches. This is as of this morning, early this morning. Cabazon, 3/4 of an inch. Van Nuys, about 7/10 of an inch. In Victorville, a little over 1/2 inch. And we'll add to that because there's still a little bit of that spotty shower activity. This is Storm 2 moving to our east, so we're kind of looking at a little bit of a break, as you can see here. Not much in the way of shower activity. But like I said, there's a little bit of instability still, so there's still that slight chance for some showers. Now we look to Storm 3. That is still up to our north, and that will move south and start to bring us some rain. I would say early tomorrow morning, and we're going to time it out here as we get to the lunch hour. I think all of SoCal will get some light to moderate rainfall and, of course, some mountain snow, occasionally some downpours, and then it'll be out of here by late tomorrow night. So that's the good news, and I think by Friday into the upcoming weekend, we are going to get a chance to really dry out and maybe warm up a little bit. If you're headed to the mountains, we do have that winter storm warning. We're expecting about another foot to even 3 feet above 6,000 feet. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Maria. An extra good morning to my ladies from the 80s. I came across an interesting study that's helping women take just a sigh of relief, okay? Let's talk about emotional maturity for a second. I found this really interesting. Psychologists are explaining why women tend to hit a phase in their life where parties, people, and noise isn't all that fun anymore. Roxy is raising her hand. Sandra also raising her hand. As we experience life's ups and downs, our emotional maturity develops and helps us realize what really matters. And for many of us, that's meaningful connection, not social validation. So we pull back from the crowds, and psychologists can reassure you it's not depression. Because how many times have you been like, am I depressed?
I know.
Right. It's actually just finding peace, purpose, and your true happiness. If that means earlier nights and smaller social circles, then that's great. You don't have to say yes to everything.
And low tolerance for BS. It's like once your BS meter goes off, it's like, that's it. You're dead to me. I'm done with that.
You're dead.
Right?
Are you sure you're not Italian? I like it. You're dead to me. I also think the social circles is interesting, right? Because you can have a lot of friends, but there are those certain friends that you go to text about real stuff. You got the real stuff friends. And then you have if you have to ask somebody, how's everything been? You're probably not talking a lot.
No.
Yeah.
I think also you're just, you realize your time is so valuable, and you appreciate that, so you don't want to just like give it away freely.
100%.
So
also, I pick and choose who, what, and where is worthy of me putting on makeup. When we have to wear, I mean, we're not wearing any makeup actually.
Right. But when you do.
But when we do, it's got to be for
a reason.
A reason.
All right. Well, I'm glad we agree.
All right, coming up, calling all Baywatch baddies, Coco.
Wow. What's going on there, Coco?
You took my assignment.
Hey there! We have a real tease for you this morning. I stole that from producer Jasmine. Look at these two, Brett Shred and Frankie Shred. Oh! They are here for the Baywatch open casting call. We are going to take you here live coming up. Check them out. They're ready.
Nope. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to 9:30. I'm Roxy Carabadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Happy Wednesday. Let's take a look at today's headlines. The latest round of storms brought heavy rain, strong winds, snow, and multiple problems on the road. What you need to know to stay safe this morning.
Massive search and rescue operation underway near Lake Tahoe after an avalanche strikes. Details on those 9 missing skiers.
And celebrating Black heritage, we're highlighting a leader shaping the future of the beauty industry to be more inclusive. But first, a check on weather.
Right now, we're looking at a lull. We're in between storms again, much like yesterday at this time. Storm 2 is moving off to our east, and now we're waiting for Storm 3. We still have some breezy conditions out there, so the current winds, well, it's a little gusty here along the coast at LAX. 10, 20-mile-per-hour winds right now, stronger gusts. We do have the wind advisory still in effect for portions of the high desert areas. This is all related to a strong onshore flow. This area of low pressure is still nearby, but the main cold front has passed to our east. We're now looking at Storm 3, which is upstream, and that will bring us another round of rain and potentially some flash flooding. So I really want to caution you about, again, driving through a flooded roadway. It's really important to turn around. Just 6 inches of swift moving water can knock you off your feet, and about a foot of swift moving water can actually disable and float your car. So please remember that as you're out and about. Tomorrow we're expecting another round, like I said, and then things will quiet down Friday into the upcoming weekend, which is good news. We'll get a chance to dry out. Currently it is cold, and these are the highs, only in the 50s today. So grab that jacket. Just 57 for downtown LA. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. A live look right now in Lebec. Our photographer, Brian Shaw, giving us this shot of the 5 freeway off Fraser Mountain Park Road. Brian, thank you. And snow plows, they were called out overnight in the Grapevine area, which saw some snowfall that created lots of slick roads. Closure for the road leading to the Mount Pinos Nordic base there hiking area. The California Highway Patrol has issued a warning to drivers.
Thing we want public to know is slow down. If you're coming across the Grapevine going north or southbound on the 5 through this area, you have to slow down. The roads are slick, there is some ice on the road, and if you're going too fast, you're not going to be able to stop if traffic is stopped ahead of you.
Earlier this morning, CHP was escorting northbound I-5 traffic through the Grapevine there, and things look more cleared up at this hour. But if conditions do get worse, CHP will shut down the pass there until the road can be cleared of ice. So just be very careful and cautious and take your time this morning.
And happening right now, a search is underway for 9 missing skiers after an avalanche hit Northern California. But blizzard conditions are making the search difficult. So take a look at this map, giving you a look at where we're talking about. The avalanche happened yesterday morning on Castle Peak, a popular backcountry ski destination that's just northwest of Lake Tahoe. Authorities say at least 6 people survived, but as many as 9 skiers are still missing. First responders took 2 of the rescued skiers to the hospital for treatment. The group involved consisted of ski guides, experts here, and several clients who are on the last day of a 3-day backcountry ski trip. Deputies with the Nevada County Sheriff's Office say rescue teams are dealing with highly dangerous conditions, with winter storm conditions expected to continue through much of the week.
Mountainous area, it's very limited visibility. It's hard to access. We're doing so with snowcats, with people on skis. We have some snowmobilers on standby, so we're doing the best we can to get there, but the conditions are making it very challenging.
An avalanche warning remains in effect for the area, with several more feet of snow expected over the next couple of days. Governor Gavin Newsom saying the state is coordinating additional resources to support the search and rescue efforts there. A press conference is expected a few hours from now, so of course we'll bring you updates throughout the morning.
From LAPD's warning to protesting students to new homicide numbers that were just released, we did have a chance to catch up with Chief Jim McDonnell earlier today to get some of our questions answered. The LAPD sent out a news release on Monday warning that students who leave class to speak out against ICE could face legal repercussions, along with any adult who assists them. This comes amid reports of young students burning flags, vandalizing, in one case hurting a federal officer. Chief McDonnell said that he hopes parents are able to discourage their kids about doing things like this, which can cause problems down the road or limit their ability to even get into college.
That notice that was put out, it was in an effort to be able to raise awareness, be able to, make parents aware that their young people may be going out engaging in protest activity or demonstrations, and just to be able to have a talk with them and let them know there are potential implications to doing that, to do it safely first and foremost, and the importance of education to stay in school.
We also touched on LAPD's data showing homicides at their lowest since 1966. He says police working with the community partners is to thank and plans to build on that moving forward.
After a tense board meeting, the LA Unified School District Board votes to cut hundreds of jobs, citing a looming budget crisis. Up to 660 positions could be axed. Unions strongly oppose the cuts, arguing they harm essential services and question the district's financial management.
Tab 13 was 1, 2, 3, 4 ayes and 1, 2, 3 noes. The item passes.
$5 billion.
The district is balancing their budget on the back of brown and black people. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Despite a $5 billion reserve, Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says the district is spending beyond its means and could face insolvency in 3 years. The layoffs targeting central office staff aim to save $150 million without impacting classroom teachers or increasing class sizes.
In the meantime, UCLA has fired its chief financial officer, Stephen Agostini, after he publicly claimed the university faces a $425 million deficit. He actually blamed financial issues on rising costs and athletic spending. UCLA officials dispute his claims, calling the deficit, saying it's substantially lower and citing external funding challenges. Faculty leaders demanding transparency and accountability as concerns grow over financial management.
The tributes continue to pour in for civil rights icon Jesse Jackson. The Reverend and lifelong activist passed away yesterday at the age of 84. Barack and Michelle Obama credited his work with laying the foundation for the Obama's presidential success, saying, quote, "We stood on his shoulders." Former Vice President Kamala Harris also shared a story about Jackson, saying she proudly had a Jackson for President bumper sticker on her car when she was a college student. But it's not just the country's most successful politicians that felt Jackson's impact. Our sister station in Chicago spoke to people about the loss of one of their most beloved residents. Listen.
He made everyone all across this city really feel like they were somebody. To see a man of color risk his life to say, hey, I can be that was inspiring.
He marched with us. He came to our church. He spoke at our church. And, he just made himself available. He just, made everyone feel, accepted and loved.
When Jackson's activism career was just getting started, many considered him Martin Luther King Jr.'s protege. In fact, Jackson was with MLK Jr. when he was assassinated in Tennessee.
And when speaking about Jackson's passing, Reverend Al Sharpton actually touched on the impact MLK's death had on him.
Wondered how much trauma that must have been for him to witness Reverend King's assassination. He never would talk about it too much, but it drove him. He kept saying, we got to keep Dr. King's dream alive. He literally changed American politics, New York politics, and kept the civil rights movement going, and then raised some of us that have been in the forefront in the first part of the 21st century to do what we do. And he's been there with us.
The Jackson family is expected to announce funeral arrangements later this week, and in the meantime, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is ordered flags to be lowered at half-mast in honor of Jackson's life.
Today is Ash Wednesday, and Mount Olive Lutheran Church is hosting an Ash Wednesday drive-thru. It's happening now in Santa Monica, so we're giving you a live look here. Today marks the start of Lent for Catholics, a season of prayer, penance, and reflection leading up to Easter. Worshippers are receiving blessed ashes on their foreheads in the shape of a cross to signal penance. The event goes until 10 o'clock this morning, so just 20 minutes more, and walk-ups are also welcome.
Very convenient. We're all so busy running around. This is helpful. So if you've ever practiced your lifeguard stare in the mirror, today might be your day.
Your lifeguard stare? Okay, you got to work on a lot more too. An open casting call for Fox's Baywatch is underway in Marina Del Rey and Coco. There's a lot of action going on over there where you are.
Hey there, a lot of excitement here in Marina Del Rey for the open casting call for Baywatch, because this is the reboot, and I think a lot of times when you think of LA, you think of Baywatch, so a lot of people are just excited to get the opportunity to be part of an open casting call, including I'm here with Calder and Cade. They're both auditioning, so Calder, I'll start with you. If you can talk about your thoughts being part of this open casting call.
Yeah, so me and Cade came here. We actually didn't have a time slot, so we decided to get here really early in the morning, got some coffee in, and they let us in, so pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, my grandma was a big fan of the show, and so I want to come, and yeah, it's special to me, so I'm just glad to be here.
Absolutely, I'm sure she's glad you're here too. And Kate, if you can talk about your thoughts.
Yeah, honestly, we didn't really know what to expect this morning. We thought it was going to be super hectic, so like, oh, get here early, throw on a wetsuit, because I figured everyone's going to be wearing red and white, and so just to stand out a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we both surf a ton. We grew up doing junior lifeguards, and so we felt like we'd be a good fit for this. And so yeah, we're just excited to be here. Yeah.
Because you're both actors, but you've done lifeguard work, so it kind of is perfect for Baywatch. So you're hoping for series regular, or what are you hoping for?
Yeah, of course.
Ideally, yes. Yeah. But I mean, anything on Baywatch would be fun. Yeah, I'll be the shark if you need one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be the surfer. You can buy me, bro.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much, Calder and Cade, for talking to us. Best of luck to both of you as well. So cool. So hey, he said he'll even be the shark, and I am down with that too. I remember I said an extra shark, whatever you need. So a lot of exactly good-looking sharks. So this is definitely happening here in Marina Del Rey. At least 2,000 people will be part of this casting call.
Wow.
I'll send it back to you.
You too. What's your number, Coco? I saw you do the slow-mo run.
I didn't see it. I missed your run.
Come on, let's see it.
I should do it again.
Can you do a hair flip, like a slow motion, like
slow? Looking around.
Oh, you're high.
See, I told you I'm perfect for an extra.
What are you doing with your hands? What is that?
It's her flare. It's her flare.
It's like you're sprinkling good pixie dust.
Armando says it's technique.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. All right. A for effort. Thank you, Coco. We'll be right back.
Celebrating Black heritage, we are focusing not only on the contributions of Black leaders from the past, but also the significant strides from Black leaders today.
Coco McAvoy introduces us to the global brand president for makeup giant NYX.
Are you ready for this, Jelly? In the world of cosmetics, NYX Professional Makeup is a major player known for its affordable, high-quality products.
We always say here, like, if you NYX, you know, because if you've used NYX, you know what a powerhouse brand it is.
Led by a powerhouse woman.
And here I am.
Danae Pearson is the global brand president. She joined the NYX family 6 years ago.
I always say that NYX, when I arrived here, it was like, it felt like home.
With Pearson's creativity, upbringing, and experience, she's catapulted NYX to the next level.